Hello, everybody, and good morning to you. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, I'm doing another retro react to Chantal. I was busy late last night just picking up different clips, looking through different archive channels, trying to find clips that I think best illustrate today's topic of conversation. And the topic of conversation is Chantal's rages. Now, those who are Beezers that, support Chantal, she gives them the impression that the reaction channels that we look towards the rages the most because she's angry. We're a bunch of big old meanie heads, and we just like to make her mad because it's entertainment. But that's not entirely true. Is it entertaining for some people? Yes, but there's another reason. Chantal is a liar, always has been a liar. She lies about things she really doesn't have to, just stupid things, but she lies as easily as she breathes. And it's a constant thing. When you're dealing with somebody who is a big manipulator, a liar, they're always lying. It's only when they get mad that the most truth comes out. Because when you're angry, when you're really, really angry, you're not thinking about what you're saying. You're not thinking of the lies or the lies you told before that. And you have to make the first set of lies correlate to the second set of lies and just keep in line with all the lies that you're making into your story. No, no, no. When you're angry, you're not thinking, you're just feeling and you're letting all that anger out. All that emotion is coming forth. And, your brain isn't keeping up with your emotions. So it's only when Chantal gets mad that bits and pieces of truth coming out of her mouth. And that's what we look for as react channels, the truth, because we're not going to get it out of Chantal any other way. She reveals the most truth when she's boiling mad. And that's what today's react is going to be about, her being mad. A collection of little mini rages from her about different things. And there's going to be a lot of truth dropped in this video. Not saying the other reaction channels have not exposed truth. They certainly have. And God bless them, because we are the historians. We are the ones that are reporting on the news, and we're keeping up with her. And without the reaction channels around, she'd be allowed to run around on YouTube and just tell whatever lies she wants to and get away with it. But as long as the react channels and Girl World is around, well, she gets fact checked a lot. So for those that hopped into Girl World a little bit late, maybe you hopped halfway in. Maybe you came in at the end. Maybe you're someone that you've been there since the beginning. Everybody hops in at different times. For those that hopped in kind of late and you weren't around to see and hear some of the things that some of us have, uh, consider this kind of an introduction to Crack It Olympics then and how it might kick off a second time. Maybe in a different way, but you're going to see a lot of the same elements now that she's back in Canada, because I feel that she just arrived. And we're probably not going to hear from her for at least another few days. She's going to get a hotel room. She's going to party her face off. And then when she's ready, she'll come back on. But I want to illustrate more about her obsessive, possessive, angry, controlling, manipulating behavior, and just how destructive she can be. Because I've always said on my channel, Chantal's not a victim. She's a predator. She's a dangerous predator. Has been for a long time, even before YouTube. And you're going to see some of that in this react today. I've got some stuff to show you guys on Twitter, not foodie related, just cute stuff to kind of buffer against the anger that you're going to be exposed to. So how about we just get into it? It's time for the Twitter peeps. All right, it's time for the Twitter peeps. And for those of you that are enjoying the retro reacts, there's a reason why I am not focusing on her mukbangs or her messy house, because I feel like those are non-issues, at least for me. I'm focusing more on what I feel are the more important issues. The messy house, the mukbangs, I want to spotlight her destructive behavior, how destructive she is to herself and to other people, how harmful she is, how much of an abuser she is. I think that's the more important point than, say, a messy bedroom or a messy mukbang. So let's just go ahead and get into on the Twitter stuff. And again, this is cute stuff. So for those of you that are on Twitter that you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Well Girl Sarah. And for those of you not on Twitter, you guys get to see cool stuff on Twitter without actually having to be there. So this post is from Cutest Cat saying baby loves box. It's almost universal. If you have a cat, 9 times out of 10, they love boxes. And a lot of people who don't have cats may wonder, what's the big fascination with cats and boxes? It's because they are in an enclosed space and they feel safe. You know, they're surrounded on all sides and they just feel very safe and comfortable in a box. And I can confirm, Booger loves boxes. She does. And I had other cats that they love boxes too. So here's another post from the pets. How can you not fall in love with that face? Look at that face. Look at that belly. The poor little innocent thing is like, I've got paws and don't know what to do with them. What is this? I'm not figuring this out. But the picture of innocence, y'all, right there. It's an innocent little being. All right, this post from Doggy. Oh boy. So we got a wolf going after the baby, and mom's like, I'm not having it. Get away from my kid. Go out. Get out of here. Mom's taking care of it. How dare you threaten my child? Who do you think you are? I'm going to write a report on you. Scram, beat it. Mom ain't having no mess right now. Antidepressant content. How this adorable cat warms her paws now that she gets colder. Oh, little baby's paws are cold. Somebody get her a blanket. Get her a blanket. She's cold. Give her a warm place to sleep. If she's putting her paws on that warming pipe, get her a blanket to sleep on. That's just rude. Okay, this post from Elle saying, never refriend or refamily anyone back into your life if they try to ruin your character, finances, or relationships. A snake may shed its skin, but it's still a snake always. Well, that does pertain to Foodie, doesn't it? She is a snake. And even though people in her life know she's a snake, they have her around and eventually they get bit. Talking to you, Pete's. Seduction Sage says gaslighting versus respectful phrases. Here we go. So gaslighting versus respectful phrases. Gaslighting is, I'm sorry you feel that way. That's not what happened. It's frustrating that you can't even take a joke. You're just overreacting as usual. I guess I'm just a really bad partner. Respectful phrases. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That's not how I thought it happened. I meant it as a joke, but it came across really wrong. I now see that this is a very important issue for you. What I did was wrong, and I'm sorry. The most dangerous form of gaslighting is when it becomes so much a part of the relationship that you don't even realize it's happening anymore. So with the gaslighting, the person really isn't taking accountability and responsibility for their part in making somebody upset. But the respectful phrases, there is accountability, and that makes all the difference in the world. So what else do we have here? Mind Essentials, Rules for a Peaceful Life. Visit who visits you, call who calls, support who supports you, ignore who ignores you. Yeah, rules to live by. So that's it. It didn't take us long to go past all that stuff. And now, where are we going first? I've got several small clips lined up. And I tried to put things in order here. So let's start with this video from Queen. Queen Bee. of WTF, and we're not starting all the way through. To give some context, because some people are not going to understand this, the people that weren't around in Crackhead Olympics, they're not going to understand without context. So, back when Chantal had her channel and Crackhead Olympics was going on, there were people in her chat that wanted a Discord. And they begged Foodie to make a Discord where they could all talk to each other. Foodie didn't like that idea. She doesn't like any idea that involves people talking to each other for free where they're not paying a membership. And back then, like, she was just so out of it on chemicals and just being so oblivious to her own chat that a lot of people were just going into her chat, not really so much to talk to her, but to each other. Because there's some people that formed, kind of like online friendships with one another. So they got in their heads, like, hey, since we just go on Foodie's channel to talk to each other, why not make a Discord where we can talk to each other for free and not pay a membership? Because back then, Foodie did not have open chat. It was strictly VIB chat, where if you wanted to talk in there, you had to pay a fee. She put the chat behind a paywall, and some people just got sick of it. So like, yeah, we want to make a Discord. And they did make a Discord, and she got hot fired mad about that. The fact that people that were her members were like saying, screw the membership. Let's just go on a Discord and talk for free. And so she was kind of bumping up against that. So I'm just giving the context so you guys understand what's going on here. That people were basically revolting. They were tired of her coming online and being incoherent. The toxic drama between her and Natter, because that's all she talked about every day for hours. They're like, we just want to talk to each other. And maybe some of them want to talk about her, and Foodie didn't want to put a Discord together. So like, screw you, we're going to do a Discord. So that's what she's about to get mad about. So there's the context. So let's get started. And again, this clip is courtesy of Queen of WTF. I will link all the videos that I'm using in this react today down below in the description if you want to check out the channel, sub up to the channels. Maybe you guys can see some older clips of Foodie. This is a lot of great archive channels. So let's get started.
Endearment. Who cares, Lizzie, if I stay home or not? What's it to you? It's my life, right? Go join the Discord then. I don't care. Go ahead. You guys still talking about that like it's some threat? That's okay, Lizzie. Go ahead. I don't give a shit. I don't know what the fuck I did to you, but you're more than welcome to leave whenever you want. I don't kiss anyone's ass here. Sorry. You guys.
And again, just for more context, please keep in mind that during Crackhead Olympics, this was not open chat. This is not people that she's talking to that did not pay a membership. Every single person in her chat had a green name. They had a membership. This is how she treated her members. This is how she's talking to them. This was back when Foodie was making $20,000, $30,000 a month. She was making plenty of money, and she was high on her horse and arrogant and rude and obnoxious. And she didn't care if she ticked people off. And she didn't care if she blocked 50, 60, 70 people at a time at one go. She didn't care because 10 would be deleted, 10 more would join up. There was a very high turnover rate on her channel. So it was like, people leave, people enter. People leave, people enter. So she didn't care if people left. She can't do that now because there's not enough people. That's why she's being so nice to people now, because she doesn't have the room to be that arrogant. But just wanted to illustrate that too, that she's talking to paying members this way.
You guys don't know like what we do behind the scenes, and we're kind of trying to keep it that way. Honestly, these days I don't see much difference between open chat and members chat. Regardless, like I said, I make the decisions in my life, and I'm choosing to forgive and move on and try to see how things go in a more positive direction. You don't have to be here to endure the torture. No one's forcing anybody to.
Yeah, people in our chat, they couldn't make heads or tails of Foodie's situation. 1 minute she hates Natter, the next she loves him again. Then they're on the outs and she's screaming and saying that he was abusive and he's awful. And the next she's saying, well, you guys know I can't talk about him. Back and forth, back and forth. Nobody got a break. Her members, they're normal people. And it was emotionally exhausting to listen to this back and forth, crazy 8 circle of insanity. It really wore people out. Like, are you done with him or are you not? You say that you are, and then we catch you going off to go see him, and you're talking to him. She just kept going back and forth with the members. Like, she would sway everybody one way. Like, I want you to hate him because I hate him too in this minute. And then when they were good, she wanted to sway them the other way. She just kept teeter-totter, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it drove everybody insane.
You need to calibrate this scale. It's definitely not right. Stop being a hater. I'm condescending today? Lizzie, you can kiss an ass and get out of here, you friggin' biatch. Bye. Okay, whoever's gonna annoy me with the cats, I'm just gonna block. I should just block a few. Okay, I got an email from somebody saying there's people in here who are really just trying to take my channel down. I don't know if that's true. I don't even know how that's possible if you don't work for YouTube, but I don't know. I got a few emails. I just don't care. Like, apparently, like, people, or the friggin' Darth Cater with the stupid Discord. It's all like hate and everything. Why do you need a Discord to talk shit about somebody you don't like? Why don't you just not pay attention to them? Like,
well, people wanted the Discord because there was a lot of anger. Just the way you were behaving, the way you were talking to people, you being snotty and making people walk on eggshells and playing control games. Who wants to be blocked? Like, nobody could approach you with any kind of polite criticism or questions because you would just go off on people. And part of that had to do with the chemicals you were doing. Because we can't leave that out of the conversation, can we? Because you were doing a lot of party favors. You would go over to Natter's place and do a lot of party favors, including the Coca-Cola, which gave you what we would call the Nattertude. Because you would come home in a mood after crashing off of Coca-Cola. You would just be the rudest, snottiest, most obnoxious person known to man. Or you would get mad at Natter and then take it out on your audience or take it out on the reactors. Like, your anger got misdirected at people that had nothing to do with the original reason why you were mad. But people got tired of the environment of being in your chat and they couldn't say anything. And so they wanted to be somewhere where they can talk comfortably without fear of retribution. And once you heard about the Discord, you lost your mind. Because I'm sure all you were thinking was, well, if they go talk to each other for free, I'm not going to get my $5 membership.
do you get paid to spend all this time in the Discord and shit talk or what? Oh, well, that's my problem, Beezer Beauty, right? How long I live is my problem. Like, it's still my choice at the end of the day what to do with this relationship. If I'm going to, like, forget things that happened in the past, and if what we've talked about in private, what we've worked out in private, none of you know all that stuff, and that's just, I don't, like, at this point, sorry, but if you're gonna leave, then that's not, I mean, what do you want me to say? Well, whenever I'm there and it bothers you, you don't have to watch, because yes, I spend a lot of time there now, and it's my choice. Uwu-chan, sure.
And I'm just gonna say it, for those of you that are coming over here, that you might be Beezers. And again, maybe you hopped in the game a little late. Maybe you got to the party a little late. Maybe you came in after Crackhead Olympics and you just know what you know. Maybe you came in and you heard Foodie say, I'm a victim, I'm a victim, I'm a victim, I'm a victim. And you believed her because you don't know otherwise. You've not been exposed to anything else. You don't know the lore. You don't know the history like some of us do. I urge you to watch this react and decide for yourself. I'm not going to tell you what to think. I'm not going to tell you what to feel. You watch this react and ask yourself, is this person a victim? Was she ever a victim? Or was she a predator pretending to be a victim? I'll let you figure that out on your own.
Not publicly, but all I'm gonna say is we look at our history online. It would be insane, like to be like, oh yeah, the other day.
And again, another reminder, as you can see, Foodie is in her own house. Yes, yes. She's at the villa. Natter does not live with her, nor did Natter have a car, which meant that every time she saw him, whether it was in Gatineau, Ottawa, Montreal, she had to travel to him. She had her own job. She had her own money. She had full control of her life. And if things were bad, she could have cut things off immediately. Stop giving him money. Stop paying his bills. Stop paying his rent. Stop going to his house and filming his cooking videos for him. Stop making his thumbnails. She could have just cut off all communication, stop the funding, and just pretended like he never existed, and that would have been that. But she's the one that kept it going. He never really came to see her where she was unless she paid for the Uber. He doesn't have a driver's license. So the power to see him was really all up to her. And she kept it going and going and going and going. So despite all the awful things that she has said about Natter, yet she kept pursuing him like a hunter pursues prey, just on the hunt and not wanting to give up the hunt until they catch their prey.
Like whenever we had that public fight when he, like, you know which one, where he's like, shut up and get out. I was sitting in the kitchen and he came and like kissed me and was like, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Okay, we're gonna take the long road and then I'm gonna end it. Okay, maybe they missed me just a little. I'm gonna get off now. I'll be back after.
And that's him calling. That's him calling her phone. So that was the first clip. And yes, it was very, very brief. And I'm playing it because I want everybody to see just how nasty she was to her own members. She's nasty to everybody. She's not nice to her family. She's not nice to Pete. She wasn't nice to Natter, even though she was obsessed with him. She's not nice to Salah. She's nice to no one. There's no nice in her. She's mean and nasty. Mean, nasty person. And Beezers, if she comes back and she starts making money again and feeling herself, you guys are going to get a dose of that nasty behavior. So brace yourselves. You hear me? And you also might see the reuniting and the igniting of old flames, because I will stand on absolute business that now she's back in Canada, she's going to get wrapped around Natter all over again. Now, some might say, maybe that's because you think that's what you want to happen, Rose. No, it's not what I want to happen. I just been watching this woman for, 8 years or so? I wasn't there in the very beginning, but I watched her enough to know that she's a very obsessive person. And she has many addictions, and Natter is one of them. And when you have a serious, extreme addiction, until you get therapy, until you go in recovery, it's going to continue. Yes, she's been in the Middle East for 3 years, but just because she was away from him doesn't mean the addiction was over. It just means it was put on pause. And now that she's back, somebody's going to be getting a phone call and saying, come party with me. It did not escape me, her saying that she's going to be staying in Montreal, where he is, and she's going to be getting a hotel. That is so Chantal coded. It truly is. She's getting a hotel for him to stay with him, to party with him, because Natter may be a crackhead, but he likes nice things and he likes a nice setting. So she wants a nice setting for her and him. And that's just going to spark up her crazy all over again. And the difference between this time and the last time is she's far less grounded than she used to be, which is going to make her a lot more unstable. Chantal doesn't have the control that she used to. She's lost control of a lot of things, including herself. So her behavior is going to be more unhinged. And this clip, courtesy of Hot Wasabi, well, it's going to spotlight just how obsessive and crazy she can get over a man in her life. And in this case, in this moment, it's Natter. As you can see from the title, Foodie Beauty messaged you 73 times from a burner account because she wanted him to answer the phone. And she's going to get real mad. So let's explore her mad, her obsessiveness, her control freak issues. Shall we? Let's go.
Why did you call me that? Why did you call me that? Answer.
Oh, we need context. We need context. Just for this right here. So when Chantal was kind of sneaking around to talk to Natter, she put herself in her own corner. She told people on her channel, I'm not talking to Natter anymore. I am not seeing him anymore. And yet she would go on Facebook and make a bunch of sock accounts, burner accounts. And one of them was Krista Bazion or something like that. Natter revealed that account and the name on his channel. The fact that she was using sock accounts on Facebook to secretly talk to him. So somebody in her own chat is calling her out and calling her out by that name. And Chantal's trying to act stupid, like, what are you talking about? What name is that? So she's been caught. And she knows she's been caught. But rather than confess to the truth, she's going to sit there and try to lie to her beezers about, what are you talking about? What was that? But then she's going to tell on herself. So I just want to give that context for y'all.
Answer me. Oh, really? So he wants to admit that he was seeing me when he was on probation? Is that what he's doing? Oh, okay. Let's go.
So she's turning it around on him like, oh, he wants to admit that he was seeing me on probation, not realizing how stupid it makes her look. She's not supposed to be seeing him. So she just told on herself. By trying to tell on him, she told more on herself. Right? Right, because it's kind of going both ways right now.
Go there. So, you stupid motherfucker, you broke the law. You're so stupid. What is he going to show?
And people are going to be wondering, what law did he break? Well, this all happened after the incident where she basically went to the cops, or she acted like she went to the cops. There was no absolute proof. Didi and Natter has spent time together. Didi stayed at Natter's place for over a month. Chantal was foaming at the mouth for Didi to go home. She was waiting and waiting and waiting, and it just wouldn't happen. And she was just like fiending for Natter. Then Natter went onto his channel and he announced that he was going to get a restraining order against Chantal. The Beezers came back and told Chantal about this. She lost her mind. She's like, oh yeah, well, we'll see about that. This supposed victim was going to stop somebody from putting out an order where they wouldn't be able to see them anymore. So she acted like she was going to the cops. What did we see that day? We saw her go to the police station. We saw her park. We saw her get out of the car. The camera was not taken into the police station. So she could have done anything during that time. She could have just sat down somewhere, waited for an hour, and come back. But the threat was there. Natter had a criminal past, and she was trying to threaten him with legal action or police action. Ultimately, I feel that she wanted Didi to get scared and go back to Montreal so that she would have full access to Natter. So the threat was there. Like she looked at the back and forth between him and her as a sort of game, and she was determined to win. It was a clash of two dominant personalities. Like they were both determined to control each other, and they kept locking horns and playing these stupid games with one another. So after the incident of reporting him to the cops or acting like she was going to, she was still sneaking around and seeing him again. Funny behavior for a victim, eh? Funny behavior. And Natter told on her. He did. He's like, she's still talking to me. And that's what she's mad about.
What is he gonna show? Oh my god. You wanna go there? You wanna go there, you stupid motherfucker? Okay. So, you want the truth? Since he's bringing up Krista Bizayo, that
And again, the rages are where the truth comes out, because you won't get it out of her mouth any other way.
is another Maria Pondu account that I created.
There's another one. So on top of the Krista Bizayon, I can't pronounce it right, I'm sorry. We got Maria Pondu. She had like several burner accounts that she was using to talk to him in secret. And there it is. There it is. There we go. Chantal has more socks than shoes.
To talk to him while he was not allowed to talk to me. The whole time that he was not allowed to talk to me, he was talking to me. And that's what you're gonna show proof of that? There you go. What else? Every single thing you think you're gonna out me for will make you look 10 times worse. Absolutely. You think you're smart with Dee Dee, you're gonna fuck me over? Do it, Natter. I fucking dare you. I dare you. Do it. You have no idea what I've recorded when we were together. You have no idea what I have recorded.
Y'all catch that part? See, this is what kind of person we're dealing with here. Not only is she a liar, not only is she a manipulator and a con artist and a scammer, she's all about blackmail. Oh, I got you recorded. I mean, let's be real. Her and Natter are the same. They're cut from the same toxic cloth, and it's rotten. They both will engage in toxic behavior in person, but they are the type that they walk up to you, they check you out, they figure you out, they look for any kind of weaknesses, they'll ask you questions, find out if there's anything in your background that they can use as blackmail later on. And everything they learn, they treat as aces they put in their pocket that they can pull out later. Then they also go so far as to save texts and voicemails and calls, because all that stuff is just held away for later in case it's needed. But she's the one claiming to be a victim. Do victims act like this, I ask you? Do victims engage in this behavior? No. Victims are people that something was done to them, something hurtful, something wrong, that they have no part in facilitating that hurt. A predator, though, they set people up for hurt.
Do it. Are you fucking serious? So Krista Bizayo, I made an account to message him, like, privately, because obviously being careful, I wasn't legally allowed to be with him. But we did. If I don't lie, he goes to jail. So I had to lie about it. But he's gonna bring up Krista Bizayo and show our DMs when...
I also want to bring something else up. Something that Chantal said. She said, and I quote, that she wishes that she could keep the charges on him and continue to see him. Twisted. Yeah, that happened. She wanted to keep the charges on him for intimidation purposes, I feel, and at the same time get the benefit of seeing him. So she wanted to see him and also have the power to threaten him in some way. Again, not victim behavior.
He fucking calls me on Messenger and he's like, hey, first thing he says, you fucking Cuba? And I'm like, yeah, I did. I said, yeah, I did, because I'm not a fucking liar. And for some reason, my brain believed him, like, from the second day I met him when he was like, I don't cheat, I don't lie. That's, like, stuck in my brain, and I can't scrape the fuck out, and it sucks. So I believed him all this time, up until, like, the other day, okay? Anyways, so he calls me,
Can we talk about what happened to you before Cuba, though, Foodie? I'm sure you don't want people that don't know to know, but I'd like to fill in some of the blank spaces, you know, because I can. Before you went to Cuba, for your birthday, you went to go see Dee Dee and Natter, the two people that you swore you hated. And you had yourself a little three-way situation with the two of them. While you were in Cuba, you were leading everybody down the path of something traumatic happened in that regard. You related that you were intoxicated. You tried to insinuate that you were forced to do something. But then when people pressed upon you, did he force you to do something against your will? You later confessed that the only thing you didn't like was watching Dee Dee and Natter be intimate together. But you tried to insinuate that something happened against your will when nothing did. You chose to go over there. You chose to participate. And why did you do this? Why would you have an intimate occasion with two people that you do not like and you got a problem with and do the most intimate of things with? Because you were just that desperate for Natter, that you would agree to any intimate situation as long as he was involved and you could have contact with him. But once you saw things go down between Dee Dee and Natter, watching them together, it freaked you out a little bit. Yet it happened twice. It happened twice, girl. You didn't like it, but it happened twice.
No, he says. Dee Dee paid for an Uber for him to come down. Like, are you sure you want me to talk? Because you'll look so much worse. You will always look so...
And another tidbit, you know, since we're here, Chantal was in Cuba the entire time raging about Natter. And then it was later revealed the entire time that she was with Natter, she was going back and forth with him in text messages saying, I'm going to say these things about you for views. It was all kind of pre-planned that she was going to go to Cuba and just rage about Natter. Although her beezers, the original idea for the trip was she was going to go to Cuba, kind of dry out a little bit, get herself together and get a fresh start, a new perspective. That didn't happen because all she did in Cuba was rage about him the entire time she was there.
So much worse. You do not want to fuck with me. You do not want to fuck with me, Mr. fucking Green Peen. Trust me and believe. Shut your mouth. Take the loss. Keep doing your shitty cooking videos with doo and shoo eyebrow. And just shut your mouth while you're ahead. Because you know what? You're going to look so much worse. So much worse. Are you insane? You do not know that I have bank statements? So much proof? Like, that will make you look so bad? So you better shut your mouth. Okay? Well, actually, go. Expose me for what? Expose me for what? Loving you? Messaging you and telling you off after I think you're cheating on me? Fuck that. Fuck that.
I also would like to say she alleges that they were cheating, although they were never in a relationship. But she tried to act as if they were by using certain terminology. Oh, he cheated on me. You can't cheat on somebody if they are not in a true monogamous relationship to begin with. If you are just friends with benefits or butt buddies or whatever you feel, just having casual single fun, that's not a monogamous relationship. The rules change based on the commitment that two people have with each other. And he was not committed to her. But to be more inflammatory, she would come online and act like they were in a relationship because that's what was going on in her head. She felt that if she was paying for Natter, if she was paying for things for Natter, that he belonged to her and they were in a relationship. And if he stepped out and he slept with somebody or talked to somebody, to her, that was cheating, when it's not. But, you know, she was in her emotional brain. And the part that she never wanted to acknowledge was that he was never emotional about her.
You did this to yourself, Natter. Grow up, learn something, learn from this experience, learn that you've been a piece of shit for a whole fucking year, own it, Apologize, own your shit, grow up, be a man, make your own fucking money, get your own place, and you're lying to everybody about that too. How do people not know you're lying? Where's your job you were supposed to have? Instead of being a fucking lying piece of crap.
You know what? I'm going to slow this down because she's mad. Miss Mama is mad. We're gonna slow it down just a hair because she's talking fast when she gets mad.
Go online and say, yes, Chantel is right. This is what you need to do on your next live. Being a real man. And you need to go online and you need to say every single fucking thing I've said is true, because it is. And you need to own it. Because if not, it's just going to be downhill for you for the rest of your life with every fucking relationship you have. Because you're a narcissist and you cannot change because you don't want to change because you blame everyone else for your fucking actions.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the fakest of them all? You, Chantal. Everything you just said about him applies to you, ma'am. You know what I think, Chantal? I think sometimes in life when you are an awful person, or there's things about yourself that you need to realize, you will meet a sort of doppelganger, someone who's a lot like you, or someone who has the same qualities as you. And it's kind of a look in the mirror moment, or it should be. It should be a teaching moment to wake you up and make you realize just how awful you are. So Nader was kind of your doppelganger, your mirror reflection. He was the male version of you, and yet you never saw yourself in him and the faults that were in you that need to be changed. So everything you hated about Nader, that's you. That is so you.
Everyone else is responsible for where you are in life today. Everyone. You can't make it to your appointment. My fault. You don't have cigarettes. My fault. Your life sucks. I make you sick. Your food turns out like shit. My fault. I didn't cut the cheese properly. My fault. Right? Right. All my fault. Never yours. And because of that, I will never be able to be with you. No one will ever be able to be with you because you're just going to keep blaming everyone else for your fucking mistakes and you're going to keep being a shitty person to people.
Another thing. So let's fast forward through time just a moment. The whole thing with her and Nader is over. She's in Kuwait with Salah, with a man who's not like Nader, supposedly married. There was an incident where Chantal went into Nader's chat and was screaming in shouty capital letters at Didi, saying, "You took my man from me. I can take him back anytime I want." I don't know if anybody remembers that happening, but it did. So this person, Foodie Beauty, who claims to be a victim of this man, Nader, even after it's over, even after she's with another man, should be focused on that other man, not thinking about the previous man that allegedly hurt her, even in Kuwait, even supposedly married, going into his chat room, wanting attention. Not victim behavior. Trust me.
Everyone runs away from you because of you. Don't you ever think maybe you're the problem? Yeah, the truth hurts, Nader, and it makes you really, really angry, doesn't it? Well, how about you try a different approach for a change and actually look at the situation and think, oh yeah, maybe I fucked up too. How can you fucking love somebody and treat them like that? You don't. You're a fucking liar.
And there's another reason why I'm showing this react today, because we're going to see this version of her real soon. We're going to see her go off on Salah. The first time he doesn't pick up the phone. This one right here is going to come out, because that's what she does. She fixates on a man. She gets obsessed with a man. She tries to control a man with money, with threats, with blackmail. And if that man does not give her what she wants, then suddenly she's a victim and they're an abuser and they're totally at fault. And of course, she'll never mention how she's abusive, how she'll use threats and blackmail and money and every other thing in between to try and get her way, to keep somebody under her thumb. No mention of that. Never any mention of that. How abusive she really is and has been for years. Nope. We're going to see this version again real soon.
You're not nothing but a liar. You've always been a liar. You've always been a cheater. You gave me an STD. You fucking are a piece of crap. And you have some fucking nerve now to come online and try to talk shit about me when you were the one who was a piece of crap for a whole year to me. So I'm done. I'm done talking about you. I don't want you in my fucking life. Your karma's coming. I'm done. So go ahead. Do whatever you want. Make up lies about me. Be a piece of crap just like everyone else trying to make money off of me. Because that's what you were. You think if you started your channel making fucking your recipes in that fucking trap house kitchen without even any knowledge of doing any videos, you don't even know how to turn on the fucking camera before you met me. And now you have a platform, and at least you're making something, and you have me to thank for that. So you know what? I've done more good for you. If we list all of the things I've done for you in life in the past year versus what you've done for me, I think I'm the one getting screwed over here. And
again, the narc behavior, the narc point of view, the narc perspective. Look at all that I've done for you. All the things that I chose to do. Even though I chose to do them, you owe me for life. Not only do you owe me for life, I am owed a relationship. I am owed love. I am owed your entire heart. I own your soul. That is how she feels. People are objects. And she feels that the men in her life that she gives money to, she's paid for in full, and they owe her the rest of their lives. But it's funny that she's bringing up his channel right now. Because, thank you, Chantal, because there's another clip that's somewhere in here that I picked out where she self-confesses. The Natter channel, she created it. She did. I mean, she was the one that knew all about YouTube. Natter didn't know about YouTube before Chantal, had no interest in it. But Chantal was obsessed with the idea of a couples channel. She wanted her own platform, but she also wanted an extra platform to make money. And she's been obsessed with the whole idea of a couples channel for the longest. She's always wanted a guy to do the couples thing with her. Hence the reason when she and Pete moved into the villa, Pete at the time had a job. He was making money. And Chantal was after him, hounding him to quit his job and join her on YouTube. And he said no for a while. But then something happened. He wasn't working anymore. And he joined her on her channel. And he did stuff with her. But then that wasn't enough for Chantal. Because she really wasn't obsessed with Pete. No, she wanted the guy that she did stuff with to be kind of like an obsession. And use the fact that she could create a channel for him to be part of her obsession. And she just wove her little golden web of money and lies around Natter, integrating herself into his life. She created the channel, but wait, it gets better. She created the channel, yes. She urged her audience to go over there to sub up to the channel so that the channel will get viewership. But she went further with filming all the content, editing all the content, making the thumbnails, buying the food for the cooking show. And these things were not done out of kindness. This was not a YouTuber looking at somebody else and saying, you want to start a channel? Here, let me get you started. No, it was about control. By integrating herself into his life fully, he would never be able to get rid of her. She never sat down and taught Natter how to do his own thumbnails or film his own content. So at some point you can go, hey, you know what you're doing. I'm just going to hand everything over to you. And that way I can focus on my channel. Nope, she didn't want it that way. She wanted to stay in control. And so also she could have the internal weapons that if he ever got mad at her or they were having a fight, she could say, look at all that I've done for you. I do this and I do that. And just using every single what looks to be a kind gesture to beat him over the head with. That's why you should never owe a narc. Because even if you pay them back, they'll forever bring up what they did for you before. And you guys are about to hear a lot of that.
I think I have have a fucking right to say it. So, you know what? No, I don't feel bad for talking about you. I feel bad for what you put me through for the past fucking year. And you're gonna have to eat it up and own it and take responsibility for your actions just like everyone else on this fucking planet because Mr. Al-Shami is not fucking special. Okay? We'll see if Dee, you fucking geriatric comb-over bitch, you fucking laughing at me for having a chin. Look at you. This is you. Thanks, Natter, for everything. Have fun in your purple bed that's soaked with my juices, bitch. Goodbye. The purple mattress? Take that white layer off. It's sunk into the mattress. Dee, every time you sleep, you're sleeping on me. On my DNA. You are oh my god, you're such a fucking liar. You're an idiot. And Alyssa, I'm blocking you for supporting him. Screw you. Anyone who supports him, and I see in his chat, I'm blocking. I'm blocking you all. Who fucking support him. It's bullshit. He's a piece of shit liar. If you really believe that he never slept with me, you have mental brain damage, like worse than him. And I'm sorry, but Dee, you're gonna fucking open your big mouth now? Because now, you don't have to protect him from the law? Maybe his probation officer would like to fucking know. You're full, oh my god. When I get home,
Y'all hear that? She's threatening him with the probation officer. See what I mean? Right there. I'm gonna go to your probation officer. That's the level of crazy we're talking about here. She's not going to do what most normal people would do and say, I'm done. This is crazy. I've done a lot for this person, and I'm just going to walk away. Chantal does not walk away from people, and she doesn't let men go. She doesn't. She'll hold on to them forever because Chantal does not do alone well. So she always wants someone to be around that she can talk to, that she can spend time with, so she won't be alone. And she'll use whatever toxic, destructive means to keep people around her.
new set of screenshots is going to be revealed, my love. A whole new set of fucking screenshots proving you were with me the whole time. You're not allowed to. You were...
There it is. Keeping receipts. Keep her and Natter both. They keep receipts.
let out on bond on the condition you weren't to see me. I didn't have that rule. I didn't. I was allowed. So guess what? You're in shit. You're a fucking liar. You are a piece of crap. Liar, 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 liar! I fucking hate him, guys. I swear to God. I saw Alyssa's fucking super chat him. Fuck you. You're fake. I don't want any fucking fake beezers in here. All of you are fucking fake. And I'm blocking you all when I get home. I need to cut this fucking piece of shit parasite and all the negativity from my fucking life. I can...
Does anybody believe that someone as obsessive as Chantal, as unhinged as she is, I mean, just in the few minutes of this video, somebody's got a history of stalking men, going so far as to make up fake accounts. I mean, patterns matter here. If someone has a pattern of stalking men, being obsessive, will the pattern suddenly cease or will it continue? Especially if said person has never been to therapy to correct certain toxic things about themselves that play into the patterns. I mean, Chantal's little stalking ways, again, happened way before YouTube. There are stories out there when she was young and stalking 2 teenage boys. And there was another story of her hiding in a man's bedroom, waiting for him to get home. This was started way before YouTube. When I said Chantal doesn't change, I meant it. She pursues men and she doesn't take the word no. And she doesn't walk away and she doesn't let people go.
I cannot handle this shit anymore. It's not a fucking joke to me anymore. I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Spoiler, she wasn't done. She was just mad and saying she was done. There's a difference.
I have to stop letting him get to me. I'm gonna show all my bank statements. I just fucking sent you $500 the other day, you fucking broke piece of shit. Every single thing in your life is paid for by me.
There it is. Look at all that I've done for you. And now that you've made me mad, I'm going to let people know exactly what I paid for you, when all it does is make her look more stupid because you didn't have to do it and you did it anyway.
Everything. And you're gonna sit there smug on panel with Dee Dee? You fucking... I hate them. I fucking hate them. You wait. You fucking wait. You are not gonna be able to handle what's gonna happen to you when I out you. And you dumbass, I can go back to the cops anytime I want to and repress charges on you for the last time you fucking smacked me across the face at Hotel Monville when I didn't order you fucking octopus. Because you're...
So she's threatening him with legal action. And she's saying that he slapped her across the face. Again, I've been reacting to Chantal for a while, and I just want to point out Chantal's very, very, very fair-skinned. Okay? Okay, let's remember that. Never saw a bruise on her face. Never saw anything. So she's alleging that there was some kind of physical interaction between her and Natter, but I never saw proof of it. And there would have been physical proof. At this time, she was on blood thinners, and she's very fair-skinned, like I said, so she would bruise quite easily. And there was never a bruise on her face.
Piece of shit! Get your own! You fucking grifter! Oh my god, I hate him. I just want to throw up. You're a piece of crap. You know what? I should go fucking back to the police station and be like, this guy is fucking, he hit me? He's still talking shit about me? And get...
You know what pisses me off? The fact that there are people out there that are actual DV victims and survivors. And if you're someone you've been through DV and you're a real survivor, my hat is off to you. You are a warrior. You are a survivor. And God bless you for being here and for finding the strength to get through it. I pray for everybody out there that's gone through trauma and getting past it. But what's absolutely pissing me off right now is that there are actual victims. People have been through experiences. And then there's this one where she treats DV as a game that she plays to win control over somebody. That is not a true victim. That is a fake, phony victim claiming to be a victim, making up stories that aren't true for the sake of control, manipulation, and using the law as a means to reinforce her control. And it's fucking ridiculous.
Another fucking peace bond on him, because that's fucking bullshit. Like, I'm serious. Like, he's gonna drive me nuts. Like, I cannot deal. I need to quit YouTube. Like, I cannot deal with seeing his fucking ugly fucking face and her fucking face on the same platform as me. Like, I can't handle it. Fuck him.
And by the way, Chantal, I don't know if you ever see this react. I just want to let you know, now that you're back in Canada, if you try to come online and allege that Salah did something to you, I'm going to be on your ass. I'm going to be on your ass for lying.
He's a fucking liar. Look at the bed. The villa? Really? At least I pay my own fucking bills. At least I pay the rent for the villa. You fucking broke bum. Who pays the rent on that?
Not you. If we're going to get technical, not you. Because you're not going outside the home and working. You were just live streaming. So technically, if we're going to get real, the people that are paying for your bills, your rent, and his bills, and his rent, and paying for that iPad, and paying for the iPhone was not you. It was your Beezers. The money came from other people.
You're going to talk about her apartment like it's yours? That's all you ever do. All you ever do, you big, stupid bum, fucking leech off other people. That's all you do is leech off of other people.
The irony. Boy, this aged like milk, didn't it? The irony of her calling somebody else a grifter and a leech. When what has she been doing for the last 10 years? And what was she doing in Kuwait? What was she doing in Syria? Grifting from people. And she hasn't stopped.
What have you paid for one thing? And then you try to get money from me to pay back Dee Dee because you fucking leech off her too? I'm gonna show those. I'm gonna show it. I have so many messages under Krista B. Zion. You wanna help Krista B. Zion? Krista B. Zion will screw you over, bitch. Guess what, broke bitch? Krista B. Zion is gonna screw you over. Yeah, because you know what? You in that messages have said so many times, I need cigarettes. Can you send me money? I'm broke. Send me money. I need.
She's trying to use this as some sort of a gotcha. That she's got messages where he's asking for cigarettes, but isn't she the bigger idiot for paying for the stuff? Yeah. This is the case of I'm trying to make someone else look like a fool, and yet I'm the bigger fool for actually giving that person money.
You can pay back Dee Dee. Fuck fuck you and fuck Dee Dee. She's a broke bitch too. She fucking makes money, but she spends it. She's an Aries and she's bad with money. Have fun supporting him, because he's expensive, girl. He's expensive, and have fun getting STDs. Because if you think he's not gonna cheat on you, you're dreaming. He fucked me in your purple bed many, many, many times. You don't think he's gonna fucking do it? Oh, but no, you're just his friend, right? If you're such his friend, then why are you so fucking crying bullshit every time I go pick him up? Oh, what about my feelings, Natter? What about my comb over, Natter? What about my great twat, Natter? Fuck you! And you don't even talk about me and my fupa. You have a dick that's stretched out from having gonorrhea and has stretch marks on it. Any woman who wants to go near that, biohazard. Have fun. Have fun. Have fucking fun with that. Holding his dick, looking at it like, what's this green shit coming out of it? Oh, I wonder. Maybe don't fuck hookers on the porch. Fucking hookers on the porch. I come over one day at 4 in the morning, this fucking woman. Thought it was a fucking garbage bag. Has candles lit, condoms all around her. Who are you? Oh, I know the man that lives here. Comes downstairs. I don't know her. Oh, sure, you got it pregnant. I'm sure you're a father now. You dirty scumbag. And then charging me $150 for coke when it's probably only 80. Charging me $300 for shrooms. Giving.
I love this. Because while she's going off on Natter, she's basically revealing every which way how much of a fool she is. Did that happen, ladies and gentlemen? Yes. Did she buy party favors from Natter? All the time. Was he overcharging her for this, that, and the other thing? Oh, yeah. She paid $300 for, shall we say, button mushrooms. Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Yeah. The mushrooms that make you see colors in the air, make you see things. Those, yeah. She bought a lot of stuff from him. He was making money every which way. She was paying for all of his bills and all of his rent, and he was making side money from her buying the party favors, a lot of what she did. He was making money hand over fist with Chantal.
The rest of my coke to your fucking ex-girlfriend, and then being like it was her birthday. Can you believe this asshole? Can you fucking believe this asshole? Forever falling for that asshole? Dude, lay off the speed. Everyone can see you. Like, you're fucking insane. Probably gonna fucking die of a heart attack or emphysema the way you smoke cigarettes and drink wine. Now you and Dee Dee can be drunkies together at night. Have fun with your life. You know it's gonna be shit. Why else would you... Okay, if he loves Dee Dee so much, why is he trying to move in with me and get away from her?
He was never trying to move in with you. But what about that incident that happened, Chantal? Remember? When he spent a few extra weeks with you? We all know how that went down. You lied to Natter to get some extra time with him because you were just that desperate. You told him that you can get an apartment for him when you couldn't because you had a bankruptcy on your record that was active, but you lied to him. You gave the appearance that you could help him get his own place. So he spent extra time with you, although you knew every single time you went somewhere that you were going to be turned down. But in the meantime, while you were searching for places with him, you got time with him. And then he figured out that you lied, and he was mad. He was real mad. I mean, you got what you wanted. You got extra time with Natter. And there was also that moment, I guess, in the middle of it, where you acted like you were going to get him his own place, but then you said you wanted to live with him. And he said no. And you got mad and you just squashed the whole getting apartment idea. You were trying to figure out a way to live with him. You're trying to be all kind of sneaky and snaky about it.
Dude, I have so many messages. You are going to be fucked. And by the end of it, Dee Dee's going to want to kick your ass out too. So where are you going to go? Huh? Where are you going to go? The Ferris wheel? You probably don't even have money to ride the Ferris wheel. Ugh. You fucked with the wrong one, Natter. You made me crazy. This is your fault, so you can eat it up and live with the consequences. I don't feel bad for you at all. So what else happened in our non-relationship? You know what? Actually, by making videos talking about things that happened to me while I was with you, I could probably earn some of my fucking money back that you took from me. I did give you the money because I fucking loved you, or I thought I loved you. Shame on me. He, obviously cannot leave Dee Dee's because I said no for the apartment. Now he's fucked. So he's all probably pissed off and gonna talk about me bad. You look like a dumbass. You know that? I'm not on here talking about how ugly you are and everything because I fucked you. So I'm not gonna look like a stupid asshole talking about how gross you are all the time and how fat and ugly or how scrawny and ugly you are because I fucked you. So if I made fun of you after I fucked you over and over, I would look like an asshole making fun of you. Guess what, Natter? You look like an asshole. Yeah, buddy. What is your obsession with Pete anyway? You know he's more of a man than you. He's given me thousands of dollars in the past. He's given me hundreds of orgasms.
Okay, so I'm glad she brought this up. Okay, you know what? We're going to go back just a hair, because she's going to detail the things that Pete has done for her. We need to hear this again. Please continue, Chantal.
Talking about how gross you are all the time and how fat and ugly or how scrawny and ugly you are because I fucked you. So if I made fun of you after I fucked you over and over, I would look like an asshole making fun of you. Guess what, Natter? You look like an asshole. Yeah, buddy. What is your obsession with Pete anyway? You know he's more of a man than you.
Let's stop right there because I want to add this in. So Pete's is one person. Natter is another person. They live far apart. They don't know each other. They're never going to sit down and have coffee and have a conversation. They have nothing in common except for one thing. Her. The part that she's leaving out is that she would go to Natter's place and trash talk Pete's to Natter. And then she would go back to Pete's and trash talk Natter to Pete's. So these two men that don't know each other, never had a conversation, nothing in common, no interaction, they hate each other. But why? What would cause that hate? Her big mouth. She wanted them both to fight over her. She was paying the bills and paying the rent in the villa when she lived with Pete's. So to a certain degree, she had a bit of control over Pete's. And Natter was kind of the same. She was paying his rent and his bills and so forth. So in essence, both men at the time were sugar babies. She wanted her sugar babies to fight over her. So she would, cross-pollinate conversation, trash talk, talking trash about each man to each man, and ended up happening that they both hated each other when she's the only thing they had in common. Men fighting over her, the whole triangulation thing, it makes her feel loved. It makes her feel valuable. She can't feel valuable with just herself. Men have to fight over her, and she is the cause of that.
He's given me thousands of dollars in the past. He's given me hundreds of orgasms. Actually, the amount of orgasms I've faked with you is incredibly high compared to other men. Keep acting like you're a little scrawny chick.
So she's bragging about she's mad at Natter, and suddenly Pete's is a topic of conversation. She's naming all these things that Pete's has done for her. He's given me thousands of dollars. He's been great in bed. Okay, so if he's such a great guy, why didn't you stick with Pete's? Please answer that question. If he's such a great guy, why did you let go of him? Why did you cheat on him repeatedly? Why did you leave him in the first place? You were with Pete's, you left him for BB, and then you ran back to Pete's because BB had had enough of you, and then now you're living with Pete's at this moment, and you're running to Natter. Pete's has always been your fallback guy, and he's laid back, is Pete's. You take advantage of the fact that he's very passive in nature. You like that passive nature because you're more the dominant personality. And you can dominate Pete's, and you know it. You've had 17 years to dominate him and mold him to your will. You can't do that with Natter. You know your boundaries with Natter. He's not going to allow that. He's not going to allow you to push him around. But if you meet up with somebody that you can push around, you push them around. You don't even hesitate. But Pete's only becomes important when you're mad at somebody else and you want to bring up another man, trying to be hurtful, trying to like stick a knife in their heart. And the men that you choose to do that to, they don't care who else you've been with, who you slept with, who you care about. That's the thing. You're trying to invoke jealousy, but the men that you have around you, they don't care enough to feel jealousy.
Cutlet fucking muscles and your fucking ability to cook or whatever the fuck you think you got going for you makes you desirable. My villa's so dirty. My villa's so dirty. You lived in a fucking trap house in Gatineau. I can clean my house in 3 hours. And then what, bitch? You had a fucking mini fridge and a fucking crappy stove. Like, you have nothing. You're gonna make fun of my villa? You have nothing. Even if my villa's dirty.
Okay. First of all, it wasn't your villa. It was never yours. Your name was never on the lease, Chantal. Tell me an occasion in the past 10 years where your name was on the lease. I'd like to know. You live with BB. His name was on the lease, and that's why you got kicked out, because it wasn't your house. And then you ran to Pete's, and Pete's name was on the lease there. So technically, you were a guest in his house. You may have been paying the rent, true. You may have been paying the bills, also true. But still, you were not the official tenant. And then after the villa, what happened? You went to Kuwait. Your name wasn't on the lease there either. You haven't had a name on a lease in over 10 years because you live off of other people. So it's not your villa.
I paid $2,000 a month rent out of my pocket. And I paid $900 out of your shitty, for your shitty fucking...
And if it hadn't been for Pete's and his job and his good credit, you would have gotten into the villa in the first place. Let that be known.
Trap pad, so I could go there and get addicted to drugs with you, and be abused by you, and be treated like shit by you, and cheated on by you, and given gonorrhea by you. I asked Dee Dee last time I was over, do you like anal sex, Dee Dee? Yeah. Guess what? You're probably fucking her ass every night, right? You don't give a fuck every time we have sex. Want another man to fuck you? Want to eat so much pussy while I fuck you? Things that specifically, you know, make me fucking uncomfortable, and I hate it. And you still do it just to fucking hurt me. You're just gonna sit there now in Dee Dee's condo? Dee Dee's condo! Not yours. Oh no, honey, I was fucking desperately trying to find a fucking 2.5 for you. Just in case you fuck me over and I have to leave you stranded in that fucking apartment. At least maybe you can afford $600 a month. Maybe. Why do I fuck myself over for you? I'm not fucking myself over anymore for anybody. I don't even want to. I don't even want to fuck myself over for you.
You know, there's what she says and there's what she does. So right now she's in her emotional brain. Her brain is on fire. Big explosion of emotion. But then she calms down. And then she starts getting mopey and missing Natter. She misses the companionship. She misses the drama, the toxic excitement, and she has to go back.
Because the fact that I kept doing it must mean at some degree I really wanted to. It means at some level to be with you, I had to fuck myself over. At some level to be with you, I had to hate myself to love you. And it's not gonna fucking happen ever again. So shut the fuck up about me, and I'll shut the fuck up about you. You keep talking about me, I'll keep talking about you. That's how it's gonna go. You need to look at your life and stop being smug. You have another criminal case going on right now, honey. You need to worry about your criminal case. I hope Dee Dee helps you with that. Maybe she can get a lawyer, since you're so against public defenders. Didn't you spend $80,000 on the last lawyer for your other case? With your 2 stabbings? And you lost anyway? I don't know why he doesn't treat you like that. I don't. Maybe because she kisses his ass. Maybe because she takes it in the ass for him. It's sad, honey, that you think you're a boss bitch, but you've been working at the same job for 27 years and they're gonna fire your ass, or threaten to fire your ass, or slap you on the wrist and spank your diaper bum bum over fucking simping for Natter on company time and making up lies for him.
They'll catch that part. So she's in this thing with Natter, going after Dee Dee and threatening Dee Dee's job. I'm telling you, this is nothing that she won't do when it comes to revenge. She's mad at Natter, but she's also mad at Dee Dee for, in her words, taking her man away. She'll go after you. She'll go after your family. She'll go after your job. She don't care. Just to win the game.
Do you feel like a boss bitch still? Huh? Fuck, 27 years at a company and you're not a boss bitch yet? Wow. Okay. He fucking had the nerve to be like, she's...
You know, when you're a victim, you run away from the hurt. From whoever or whatever is hurting you. When you're a predator, you'll run into the fire. So here's Miss Victim over here saying, it's on. I'm gonna go full throttle on you.
Been there 27 years. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And then he goes, are Nosferatu. You know why? Because you're a fucking energy-sucking vampire. Energy-sucking vampire. My mom raised a real man. A real man? What do you call a real man? What's a real man? Having a cock? No, having a cock doesn't make you a man. Ow. Having a cock makes you biologically male, maybe. And that's it. Other than that, biology ain't doing you no favors. That you know that at any time, Dee Dee and I can both bury your fucking ass. Absolutely. You are nothing. You're a little coward, scrawny little ween. I wanted to go home. Didn't want me to go home. You're gonna deny any of that happened. Exactly. Because, yeah, it makes you look bad. But you still did it. You did it. Those are your actions. Nobody did it for you. How are you gonna be a better person if you don't own what you fucking did? At this point, you're just fucking hot air.
You know, as she's talking, I'm thinking of something else related to the whole time between Chantal and Natter. So Chantal, like I said, her going over to Club Natter's very exclusive, has a very high membership for people like her because he doesn't like her. She would go over there not empty-handed. That was absolutely not allowed. If you want past the velvet rope, you got to pay something. You got to give something. So she would come over there with food, with party favors, with edibles and whatever else, with liquor. Okay. And she was so focused and hyper fixated on getting time with Natter that she would deliberately get herself intoxicated to the point where she couldn't drive home. She would do that on purpose, just so she'd be forced to let her spend the night so she wouldn't get on the road and maybe cause an accident. That's how obsessive she was. Just making sure that when he was done talking to her, spending time with her, she wasn't in a sober state where he could send her home. She just wanted to stay over and stay the night as much as possible.
I'm blocking so many people when I get home. I'm protecting my mental health, my space from now on. Absolutely. When it comes to him and fucking doo-doo, Donald Trump, Stephen Harper, ugly looking bitch, absolutely. Like, what kind of like relationship does she have with him anyways? He's on live, shit talking me the whole fucking time, and the only reason you're so mad is because you know I'm right. If I ruined your life, you would deserve it. You would deserve it because you ruined mine for the past year.
So her definition of him ruining her life is not wanting to be in a relationship with her. That's how she views it. If a man rejects her emotionally and says, I don't want to be in a relationship with you, I don't love you, in her head, that's, you've ruined my life. But yet, how is her life ruined? Her job isn't taken away from her. Her income is not taken away from her. Her home isn't taken away from her. She's in no danger. So how exactly is he ruining her life if he's just saying, by my own free will, I don't want to be with you? The person is just saying, I'm making a choice. I don't want to be with you. But her life isn't ruined. She's just making it seem that way. All because she's a forcer and she's a pusher. A very forceful, pushy person that doesn't want to take the word no. Predator behavior.
And I'm still having to clean up. I'm gonna have to do nothing but fucking therapy and shit because of you. If you're an asshole to me, Two-Face, I will find out and I will fucking block you. Thank you. We need some loyalty up in this motherfucker. I don't care what you say. Things are being done my way from now on. Period. Why did you have poppers in your drawer anyway? If you were going through your man's drawer and you saw a bottle of poppers, which they used to loosen the asshole during anal sex, he's probably fucking plowing rat guy. Or the girl on the porch. He's plowing somebody with those poppers.
You know, before she even gets started in the kitchen, this part from me, I think from the very beginning that Natter never misrepresented himself. He was a swinger. He likes to swing. That's just his thing. And he was into sex with various people. Chantal knew this when she got involved with him. But she thought, I guess, that she could turn somebody who was interested in that lifestyle into a monogamous person. And that never happened. And all the drama ensued.
Hello. Even Pizza's like, I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a case. What is she going to get me for? Slander? I'm not harassing you, dumbass. So there's nothing you can do. You can't stop me from talking about my truth. Comb over. Your comb over is like not on right this time or something. You have problems. Blah, blah, blah. Go give him a blowy while he listens to Fourth Pyramid and chain smokes in your face. Defamation? Defamation? Prove it. Have fun with that. You don't even have any money, dumbass. You ruined your own reputation when you moved him in. Oh, we're stupid. Whatever. He was just dissing you the other day, Dee Dee, to move in with me. He said he can't stand living with you anymore, and here you are simping for him. How stupid do you look? You have to prove it was false. Exactly. Everything I said about you is true, Dee Dee, and you deserve it. I don't feel bad for you at all. At all. They're going.
And can I also say, you know, all this stuff that happened between Dee Dee and Natter, this is all like private relationship stuff. They didn't have to carry on online in front of all of us. They chose to do it. To the point of, she would go online and do a live stream. He would go online and do a live stream. They would be arguing literally back and forth with each other with the audience present. When all that could have happened, what should have happened, is them getting on the phone and screaming at each other. But they want to take all this drama and made it public. Hence, Crackhead Olympics.
Going to the cops? With what? To say that he abused me? That he hit me?
He never hit you.
What are you going to say at the cops? I'd like to know. You're both dumb. You look dumb. I didn't give him any of financial help money, no. It's because of him, though. I'm in this fucking predicament. My bad habits, yes, but I've always been a fucking... I used to order takeout every day and I never had problems with money, remember? When I was mukbanging? And actually, his ex, who had to move away to get away from him, said that she's still recovering financially from having been with him. She's like, I would love to go on a trip. She's like, I love how I loved Cuba. I wish that we could go on a girlfriend's trip someday, but I'm still recovering financially from being with asshole. Nice. He's done this before. He's done it many times. Remember that Maria Botello girl said he took money from her? You guys been new, not me, unfortunately. I've never been with somebody like this, fuck. So what are you gonna do? Go to the cops tomorrow and say, she's harassing me? And then be like, she said that I saw her when I wasn't supposed to. Doesn't sound like a smart move. Does it? They probably look at it like, oh, give me a break. Honestly, all I have to say in court is this woman, instead of her...
And I just want to ask the question for my audience. Does this sound like a victim to you? There's no fear here. She's not scared of Natter. And she's ready to go into battle out of anger and jealousy.
her life into my abusive relationship and fucking taunted me with him the whole time. Plain and simple. Because you know what? That's the fucking truth. Yeah, but I wasn't under oath on that Pokemon. So, get me in trouble then. Call the cops on me. Just take your $1.99, shove it up your fucking ass, and go to the police station and call the cops on me. Good luck. You're funny. And you're stupid. And we're all laughing at you. Mind your business, Moonpatch. Is it your business?
Here we go, going off on the members again.
Oh, did I ask you for money? To pay for my food? Did I ask you for money? No? Okay. Bye. Hi. She does not have a case. Goodbye. She's a fucking desperate loser. She's a sidekick, and she's always in the background. Always in the fucking background. Never, ever, ever out of the way. Taunting. Being a bitch. Lying for him. Make me look...
Y'all hear the jealousy in her voice? Oh, it's thick, that jealousy. She wants to be the one to sit next to Natter. She wants to be over his shoulder reading the super chats. She wants to be right there, like in his chat, controlling what people say, making sure that women don't talk to him. And the fact that there's another woman sitting next to him by his side, it's just, she's beside herself.
Look stupid. And now he's mental illness shaming. He's using that conveniently to his advantage. I guess like I did to get him off the hook. You're stupid. Literally the other day, Dee Dee, you're sitting for a man who literally was trying to move out from you because he couldn't stand your ass anymore. And you're simping for this guy. Oh yeah, I wanted to block free old panties. Bye. It makes me look like a fool? And not him. Really? Who wants me to because he knows I can fucking destroy him in a minute. Liar, liar, pants on fire. You guys have no idea how done I am with him. You don't believe me right now, I know it. Trust me. Don't believe me, just watch.
Lord.
What are you talking about, Estrella? If anyone believes Dee Dee, they're sad. She's the biggest liar of every single person in the world. What? Her mattress is dry now, but it wasn't. After everything he's put me through, he has the nerve to sit there and talk shit about me and deny ever even sleeping with me. I almost had a heart attack and fucking dying of bed bites that gone septic. After all I put up with his shit. Really? Oh, no. No, I'm not gonna get arrested. For what? Telling the truth? Excuse me. The messages are dated, which clearly show him talking to me, which will get him in jail. So, do you really want to go to the cops and fuck with me more? Okay. I don't want to have anything to do legally, but I also don't want to be fucking disrespected by you after I did so much for you. Fuck you.
So you're not giving me a relationship, so I'm going to put you in jail. Okay.
Are you serious? His biggest flex is that what a woman he mooches off of has a $4,000 mattress? Congratulations, you are a fucking winner. My mattress was $900 and it's fucking fine. Just as comfortable as your stupid purple, dumb, my jizz-infected mattress that you now have. You can wash it all you want. When we screwed on it, there was no sheet on it. It came off because I was moving around a lot. You know, made the sheets come off. And then I had my hands on your headboard. And I finished all over your fucking purple bed. I loved it. Sorry, that was a little much. While you were visiting your mom in the old nursing home, thinking that Natter would give up having sex with me, he wanted you to leave. He keeps going, just leave, Dee Dee. Just leave, Dee Dee. Just leave so I can pound my girlfriend. And she was even like, it's really sad, Natter. Really sorry,
Yeah, the whole situation was mad. Absolutely mad. So Natter was living with Dee Dee in Dee Dee's condo, not his condo. So he had Dee Dee for a living space. He stayed there for free. Dee Dee was working, making money. And Natter had Chantal on the side as his own personal pay pig. And both these women put up with it.
It's really sad that you want to stay here and fuck Chantal instead of coming to see my mother after you promised. So her $4,000 mattress, unless she gets a new one, will always have my DNA on it. Haha, I ruined your mattress. Na 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 na, blah 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 blah. Please take me to Judge Judy. I'd love her to scream in your fucking face. The fly! It's a mosquito. My DNA on your purple mattress. My DNA. Get some luminol. Get some luminol bees and see if there's anything. You can't see it when it's dry. On your purple mattress. My DNA. On your purple mattress. My DNA. On your purple mattress.
This is giving me schoolyard, nanny, nanny, boo, boo, I got your man. She's so petty.
I'm not dry. I don't need the fucking coconut lube. She does, not me. She's menopausal. I'm menopausal, but not naturally, so I still have some juice. My DNA on your purple mattress. Can't wait to write a beat about that. Naeem El Shami? Naeem and Hamo. Like they would ever define their brother.
Okay, you know what? We still got some time left on this one, but I want to get to some more clips. So we got more. So we're going to cut this off. And again, courtesy of the channel Hot Wasabi. There's more stuff. There's a lot more stuff. So where are we going next? Where are we going next? Let's see. I'm looking. All right. Let's go over here to this one here, courtesy of Hot Wasabi. I think we'll do that one. Oh, oops. Sorry. I just got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, there we go. Okay, next. Again, I'll be linking all these videos down below in the description. Let's go.
Helped him set up his AdSense. Requested the pin for that.
More than here I am.
Guilt tripped me for ruining his reputation. Well, at least help me make a YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah. And like I said before, I didn't even really have to help him. He said, I'm going to do a YouTube channel. I pretty much just said, so bragging about making Natter's channel, how is that bragging? And I was like, all right. And he clicked the button.
That's right. She just basically confessed she was the one who made the Natter channel. She created it. For those who are not YouTube content creators, it is possible to make a main channel and then make sister channels attached to your main channel. You can make as many as you want. So that's what she did for Natter. She had her main channel, and then she made a sister channel attached to her main channel. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, back in the day, when she was getting income for the Natter channel, it went straight to her Google AdSense. And that's why once a month, Natter had to wait on his share of the money because he never had access to it. It went to her Google AdSense. He never had one set up. And in this way, she was controlling the income and keeping Natter financially dependent on her. Because she doesn't allow the men in her life to be independent and make their own money. She doesn't want the chance of them running away and not needing her. She also wants to create an environment of they need me and they can't do without me. She doesn't want you to stand on your own 2 feet. She wants you to lean on her. And in this way, you will never escape her.
There you go. He clicked the button. He made his own platform without my help. Every single thing. I literally made the account, helped him set up his AdSense, requested the pin for his AdSense, put the pin in when it came, edited every single video that's recorded on there. I edited it. Yep. And filmed.
Everything. Set up the account, hooked it to her Google AdSense. She got the pin for the account through the mail, which is what happens when you get a YouTube channel started and you get through the Google AdSense. So it was all controlled by her. All of it.
And the majority of his audience is my fan base. So,
right? She encouraged people to go join up from her channel to his channel. Pretty much all of his viewers were hers. And she liked that too, because what she gives you, she can take away. With a word, with a sentence, with a live stream, she can take all of that audience away from him. Normally, organically, if you have a YouTube channel, one of the hardest things to do in the beginning is to get people to know that your channel is around. It takes a while to grow viewers. It may take months, it may take years, depending on your channel and the content and if people know about you and promoting yourself. I mean, there's a lot of hard work involved, a lot of time. But Natter's channel got a huge boost with viewership because of her. She liked controlling every aspect. It gave her full control.
where did you make your own channel? There you go. Okay, so now, did I help him make a channel? Yes. The real question is, so what? No, but it's true. Like, what is your point by saying that? You know, at the time, I was in love with him, right? That was before he was outed for all of the bad shit. So, how is it my problem that I helped him make a channel? How is that my fault? I literally create channel. That's like the extent of it. You click a button, you fill in the forms. I had nothing to do with Natter being a on YouTube. How can
But, Chantal, once you found out that he was a jerk, I'm using the nicer version of the word. Once you found out that he was hurtful and abusive and awful, you always claim to be wrathful, do you not? So since the Natter channel was part of your channel and you created the channel for me, you know what could have happened? You delete it. You could have deleted that channel since it was under your control. You never did. I've always known the two of you have maintained contact because I know you. You're a wrathful, vengeful, nasty person. And if somebody crosses you, then you cross them. And I think I can honestly, sincerely say there's been no one on YouTube who has hurt you more than Natter, according to you, according to your words. No one has hurt you more than him, right? He did physical things to you, right? That's what you said. So if somebody out there has done hurtful things to you, why wouldn't you want to get rid of their channel? Because you weren't done. Because the majority of things coming out of your mouth are lies. Don't think I didn't notice that for all the vitriol that you and Natter tossed at each other, You never struck him. He never struck you. Neither one of you went after each other, although you had Natter go after a bunch of reaction and archive channels and throw 140 privacy complaint strikes at him. And that wasn't him. That was you. You want to go after the react and archive channels, but you weren't going to do it yourself because you're always thinking about your income and your channel. You use his hands to do your dirty work. So you want to keep him on YouTube despite all these things you claimed he did to you. Huh? All the threats you two made, I'm taking you to court. I'm taking you to court. Nope, nobody ever took anybody to court. Nobody ever filed a strike. That's how I know you both are liars. Because despite all the drama, there's always that red line in between you two that neither one of you stepped over. Why? Because there was something to be gained. You wanted his companionship, he wanted your money, and he still wants your money, and that's why he's still talking to you. But you'll find that out.
When you platform somebody, you literally cannot do it. YouTube is the one who has a platform. No, I didn't know what he was like within weeks. No, I didn't believe he was cheating on me. He hadn't abused me at that point yet.
But once you found out, why didn't you do something? You're trying to use the defense of, I didn't know. But once you found out, why didn't you do anything? Why didn't you file a strike? Why didn't you delete that freaking channel? Why not? Why was it still up? Because you want to keep the drama going. You want to keep seeing him. And you knew that if you got rid of that channel, he'd get rid of you. Not physically. He would just stop seeing you. And you wanted to maintain contact. You wanted to keep that addiction going. You didn't want to cut it off.
I didn't give him an audience. Who is the one watching him? You guys. There you go. You have a choice not to watch him, right? YouTube platformed him. YouTube is the one who makes the...
Oh, YouTube platformed him. So YouTube just found some random person in the world and said, hey, be on our platform. We'd love to help you. What a bunch of BS. He knew about YouTube because of you. You brought him here. Shut up.
Decisions to have somebody on their platform. Reaction channels have brought people to Natter's channel. They're to blame just as much. Dee is the one who talks with these women with him on Messenger. Look like a dumb idiot, victim shaming, and saying things that are not true, which I will prove with receipts if I have to. Thank you. Who cares? I promoted his channel when I was with him. Yes, I did. What does it have to do with me being responsible for his behavior? That's so stupid. This is ridiculous. You cannot blame me for someone else's behavior. Reaction channels keep him relevant. There you go. How did I promote a channel? I was with him at the time. I was in love with him. None of the content I helped him with was bad content that hurt anybody. So again, what's your point? You literally have this man on a platform. You just want to look for someone to blame, and you're putting the blame on the wrong person. You're just being stupid and ridiculous. Who cares if I edited his content? Who cares if I filmed it? Where does that make me responsible for him abusing people, you dumb idiot? Where's the link A and B? Where? I thought the timeline was wrong with May. I didn't believe it at the time. So who cares? Who's responsible for you being an idiot? I guess that's my fault too. How was I wrong? No, I wasn't. How was I wrong? No, because I wasn't wrong. What am I going to admit? You're basically saying that I'm responsible for his behavior. So where am I responsible for his behavior? If it
because you didn't put a stop to it. And you could have. One click of the button, his channel would have been gone. I mean, if you're done, you're done. You wash your hands of the whole thing and go, I'm done. I'm done here. I'm deleting this person's channel. I am blocking their number. I'm done. But you were never done. You're still not done. Even to this day, you still talk about him.
If it weren't for me, none of his behavior would have been outed either, right? He wouldn't have a platform, right? For anyone to fuck about him, right? So again, it. Natter's wrong, not me. I didn't ever...
And again, these people that she's talking to are her audience, her VIPs. This was Chantal in her element, right here, being high and mighty on her horse.
Ever suggest to him, make a YouTube channel for yourself? Or maybe I did, so what? I didn't know he was talking to all these women. How is that my fault? How is it my fault? You platformed a monster and placed him in a position to access more vulnerable victims. I was one of his victims at the time, you dumb idiot.
And I also want to give my point of view on the Natter channel. I don't think it was ever about cooking, although he did some cooking on his channel. I think the cooking was a cover. I think the true intention of the Natter channel was to scam women, and he did. Cooking was just something that he could do on stream. So Chantal paid for the groceries, and he sat there and cooked, but the true intention of that channel was to get in front of women and scam them of money, and he's guilty of that too. And that wouldn't have happened had she not introduced him to YouTube and taught him about YouTube.
Did I platform him? Nader al-Shami going to scam women right now? You're in the wrong. You're in the wrong. He did cooking videos. He made tahini. And this was before he was abusing me. This was before I seen him be extremely towards me. So, nobody's enabling. He's doing everything on his own. Everyone needs to stop blaming people. It's bullshit. You need to get a life. You need to get a life. Yeah, so what? I was in the middle of a relationship. No, she didn't out his because I talked about every single thing that he did. And Jay of Cornwall, it doesn't matter if I never outed it. It doesn't matter if I don't out his, if I retract the charges, because a little bit of research for someone who thinks they're right all the time would show you that's what happens when you're in a relationship. Yes, but no, you're saying I'm a shitty person because of the actions I do while I'm in a domestic violence relationship, which I did nothing wrong, giving him platform.
You know, there's a true abusive relationship, and then there's Chantal's version of what she considers an abusive relationship. Her version of being in an abusive relationship is being with a man that she's paying for things, and she feels that there's some sort of reward that's supposed to come from her choosing to do things for that man. And the reward that she was looking for with Nader was a relationship, being in love, him being devoted to her. And she wasn't getting that reward. And Chantal will take something not abusive and talk about it as if it were abusive. Them having an argument, maybe screaming at each other, not abusive. That's just two people having an argument. But she'll put the spin on it that it was abusive, although there was no proof. Two people having a disagreement, and one being pushy and pressury, and I want a relationship, and trying to trick somebody into saying that they're in a relationship and trick them into saying that they are their girlfriend, and doing fake engagement photos and buying their own engagement ring because they're so desperate to be in a relationship with that person. To me, that behavior is abusive. Trying to force someone to be in a relationship that they don't want to be in, that is abusive to me. Very abusive. Forcing someone to do something against their will is abusive. And she's guilty of that all over the place. She tried every way in the world to corner him. Never worked. He fought back. And the more he fought back, the madder it made her. And the more she talked about alleged incidents of abuse. And I feel that was manipulative also, because by getting online and telling people in her own audience that he was abusive, in a way she was being territorial, in my opinion. By painting this really dark, scary picture of Nader, that was her way of saying, keep away from him, he's mine. By not painting a good picture of Nader, maybe that was a scare tactic to keep women away from him, just so she could have him all to herself. It's twisted, it's toxic, it's dark, but it is what it is, and it's true. That's how she operates.
Or whatever you want to say. He clicked the button himself. Create channel. Create channel. Did I show him technically how to do it? Yes. Big deal. I did not talk to any women with him behind the scenes. None. No women. No, I can't delete his channel. This is the thing. All you low-life pieces of think you know something and you don't.
What you're saying doesn't make sense, Chantal. If you created the channel for him, why can't you delete it? That makes no sense. If the sister channel is attached to your main channel, that means you can delete it. You can. You just didn't want to. The only way that you would go about like the channel not being able to be deleted if it's not under your account. And it was, because it was under your Google AdSense and you just said so. You can't have it both ways. Either you created it and it's connected to your Google AdSense, or it's not. You can't be in the middle of the road about this.
No, all. I did not give him a platform. YouTube gave him a platform. Thank you. How is it my fault that he's on YouTube? You still haven't explained. Who cares if I paid for his phones he would stream with? What does that matter? I'm still not responsible for his actions that I didn't know existed. So what? Even if I gave him devices, I'm not responsible for his behavior that I didn't even know was going on. You are stupid.
You know, either you did something or you didn't do something. There is no if. There's no in between. Notice all the times you keep saying, well, what if I did this? And what if I did that? Either you did it or you didn't do it. There is no what if. You're in the middle of the road for a reason, because you did do it. Because if you didn't do it, you would say, I did not do it. I did not create his account. It was not under my Google AdSense. I did not create that channel for him. But you're saying, what if I did? What if I did it? You're saying that because you did it.
Victim shamer, take your $1.99 and off. He hadn't been outed at this point. Oh, Chantal knew about Matter. Now they're trying to victim blame. That's all you're doing, and it's disgusting. And I hope you all burn and rot in hell. Thank you. Of course they're trying to make me rage, but I'm proving that they're wrong. They're dumb. Like, how do people not understand how dumb they are? How am I responsible for his behavior? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. And I'm not letting people make me feel bad about my feelings for still loving him either. Whatever I do, whatever. I don't give a hate me. I don't give a anymore. You guys are stupid. Yes, you are. You are saying I'm responsible for his behavior. Every time he was abusive to me, I came online and talked about it. So if anything, I was outing his. So.
And this is where I give 2 middle fingers up to you, Foodie. 2 middle fingers up. Because if the abuse were real, you wouldn't be able to come online and talk about what happened to you in front of a bunch of strangers. No victim can do that. If the abuse was real, if the hurt was real, you cannot get in front of people you don't know and relate what happened to you. And if you do, you're shaking, you're upset, just remembering those things that happened to you. And I watched you, bitch. I watched you get online and talk about things with no problem. See, here's the problem with what you do. You're not relating experiences, real life experiences. You're telling a made up fucking story. It's all made up. Made for TV drama. To get views, to get attention, to get sympathy, to get super chats. And that is why I am absolutely disgusted by you. Because there are people out there that are real victims and real survivors, and you ain't one. You're just making stuff up to get people's money, and you trigger people and you hurt people. You may not think so because you're not in front of those real victims and those real survivors, but the things you said and the things you did hurt people. It brought a lot of things back to memory that have hurt people. You're making those people who are real victims remember some of those things that happened to them, maybe triggering the crap out of them. But you don't see it so because you're behind a camera, and you fool yourself by thinking, oh, the things that I'm saying, it's not that bad. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Every guy, just about every guy you've been with, you're a victim. They hurt you so bad. Right? And you say those things and you paint that victim name tag on yourself, because as long as you're wearing the victim name tag, nobody's going to ever think that you're the predator, that you're the abuser. You're the abusive one. Out of your own mouth, you have said, I am emotionally abusive. There it is. And possibly physically abusive. I suspect that you've got a hot temper and you've done things. You've confessed that in the past, you've thrown a chair at Pete's just for saying that Grace Kelly was pretty. You're a thrower, aren't you? You throw things. You intimidate people with your temper. That's how you keep them under your control. You're abusive. But yet you try to say, I'm the victim, so that nobody knows how much of an abuser you are. You don't want them finding out the truth. Well, guess what? The real can always spot a fake. You're a fake, and I see through you, and I will continue to see through you. And if you dare come back and say that Salah was so abusive to me, I'm going to be right here, and I'm going to call you out on your bullshit. Best believe that.
Oh, now you want to blame me because you need drama channel because you're a low-life piece of shit with nothing better to talk about, right? Than to victim blame, right? Yeah. It's not for her to stop Natter doing what Natter does. It's like blaming someone for something their friend or neighbor does. It's stupid. Because I'm not, Flora, get it through your thick head of beautiful hair. Do I work for YouTube? No. I'm still barely out. I'm still in this. I'm still in this relationship. You know what? I'm just gonna say that. I'm still in relationship.
So he's horrible, and she's still in a. And she doesn't have to be. She doesn't have to be. There's no reason to be around Natter, and yet she's still around Natter. So it wasn't over. It'll never be over. It's going on right now.
I'm not fully out of it. So everyone. Thank you. And if you don't want to be here, I don't care. Like, how am I going to delete his channel? On my YouTube? You're putting all this responsibility on someone who...
You know what, Chantal? I'm doing these reacts for a reason. Not just to show people your nasty behavior. Not just to show people how toxic and controlling and narcissistic you are. How hurtful you can be. Because, what's that saying? What comes around goes around. So this was round 1 of you and Natter, but there's a round 2. And that will be revealed. Because you're going to get wrapped around him again. It's going to get started. And you won't be able to keep your mouth shut. And then it's going to bust wide open. And then that persona that you created for yourself of I'm a victim, all that trash you talked in Kuwait and Syria about Natter, I hate him, swordfish, this, that, and the other thing. Your beezers are in for a wake-up call. That you've been talking to him the whole time and giving money to him the whole time. That little obsession of yours never ended. You were just waiting for the finish line to get the prize, him. You wanted to be with him. You wanted to see him. You wanted to maybe live with him. You've been waiting for that day. Although, it's not going to end the way you think it will. It won't, and you're going to be awfully salty about it.
Who does nothing to do with it. How can I delete him? I don't have his password. You people believing things that aren't true is not my problem. That's it. They're just looking for someone to blame now. Whenever I put him on YouTube, whenever he was on YouTube, I was editing cooking videos and hoping to do couples things with him. That's about it. What you're saying is not true 100%. You're just pathetic at this point. It's stupid. Did I know what he was like then? No. You don't like him? You fucked him. So.
And I just want to say this. When you have an addiction, until you go into therapy, until you do things to get in recovery, and you are in recovery, if you've got no therapy, no nothing to deal with said addiction, the addiction continues. And if you have an addict that they're addicted to something and they move far away and they can't get to the source of what their addiction is, it doesn't mean that the addiction is over. It doesn't mean that it's done. What it means is that addict is simply dry of whatever it is they want to get. But dry is not the same as recovery. Dry just means you can't get at what you want. But the moment you got access to it, you are going to indulge. So she's been in Kuwait and Syria. She's been over in the Middle East for 3 years. She's been dry of Natter. But she did make the comment long ago, I am addicted to this man. So he was an addiction. Never went into therapy for this. Never received treatment for this. So the addiction continues. And all this time, she's been waiting to feed that addiction. And now she's back in Canada. And she's going to feed it. Why do you think, y'all, that she got a hotel in Montreal where he is? This supposed victim. He did so many horrible things to her that she can't even comprehend. Getting a hotel in the same city where he lives because she wanted to be close to him and she wanted him to visit. She wants to stay real close. A real victim doesn't even want to be in the same city as the person that hurt them. They don't want the memories. They don't want to get triggered, but yet she's staying close to him. That tells me everything I need to know. It's not over.
So you're responsible for all of this. You loved him, so you're responsible for all of him being on YouTube. No, I was just going through things too. I didn't know he was at first. No, I didn't. It took me a long time to finally admit to myself that's what was going on. She was so delusional, she didn't even believe he slept with Dee Dee. Exactly, very delusional. I honestly thought he did not sleep with Dee Dee until I heard her say that. I was like, there's no way. Because of how adamant he was, of how manipulative and liar he was to me the whole time. I'm just here for the ride. Even if she knew he was she's not responsible for his actions. Everyone involved is an adult. Exactly. They're basically, are you really going to say that I'm responsible for him victimizing an 80-year-old woman I didn't even know he was talking to? You. You're dumb. I didn't know he was talking to her. I didn't know he was talking to Jennifer Corvina. I did not know anything. I'm violating.
Yeah, but once you knew, what did you do? You're still involved with him.
In terms of service for what? Excuse me? Send more money, dumbass. He is responsible for himself, and the only person responsible for deplatforming anybody is YouTube. Ranting isn't a violation, exactly. It doesn't matter, dumbass. Go read a book, dumbass.
And remember, she's talking to her members like this.
Every woman in relationships, every woman has everyone telling them from the dawn of time, for years sometimes, to get out of it, and they don't. Why do you think that is? If you put someone...
Oh, she's trying to do that thing again. This is something that she did a lot back in the day. It takes 8 out of 10 times for a DV victim to leave their abuser. She tried using stats as a defense, which again, I find nauseating. Because in a lot of those cases of it takes 8 out of 10 times, the people who are involved with their partner, they live with their partner. And they don't leave because they don't have the money, they don't have the resources, they don't have a safe place to go. They're essentially stuck. Or there might be other factors, like there might be children involved. And that can be complicated and painful. But there's also the fear when you're a victim that you're afraid that if you leave, if that person finds you, what they're going to do. You're absolutely terrified. But none of that applied to her, because her and Nader didn't have kids between them. They didn't live together. She wasn't stuck with him. Could have stopped any time. Every time she saw Nader, she chose to see Nader. Every single time.
On a dating site and they end up treating who they like shit. Are you responsible for that? Yeah, pretty much, right? I'm responsible for the phone contract, okay, and am I responsible for who he calls on that phone contract? So is TELUS responsible? Let's sue TELUS. TELUS provided the internet connection for Nader to talk to Jennifer Corvina, who willingly sent her and so did Jessica Rakemouth Messica. They all sent their to Nader, and when they're not getting any from him, they turn into psycho bitches. That part is true. So the thing is, your VIBs get so involved. Aha, that's not my problem. I want your support. Why do I have to be attacked? Let's say none of this was online, and I go to...
She wanted everybody. She wants people's support as long as they support whatever situation is going on, no matter how crazy and insane it is. That's what drove her VIBs absolutely insane. One minute she hates Nader, he's a horrible person, he's hurtful, he's abusive, and people are concerned for her, literally concerned because of the things that she's saying. And the next minute she's saying, oh, he's not a bad guy, he's fine, we talk behind the scenes, it's good, and people's heads are spinning. They're like, well, what are we supposed to think? You're telling us this one set of things, we are genuinely concerned, we're scared for you, and then on the other side you're saying he's not that bad. And then when people start asking questions like, what is really going on? Why won't she stay away? Then she gets mad and defensive. So she gaslights people to feel a certain way, and then she switches everything the next day.
Go to my girlfriend and I say, I'm having feelings about Nader. I'm having a hard time. Do you think my friend goes, you're a dumb, you're really dumb. You're responsible for everything that monster put out into the world, you dumb bitch. Do you think that that's what happens? No, that's what happens online though. Like, you're all dumb. I don't get it, but whatever. Are you kidding? Do you want me to show you the messages people call me every day a dumb cunt? Your girlfriend would tell you to wake the hell up, and then whenever I don't, they would still be my friend, right? So what, Beezer Beauty? Who cares if I texted last week? What the is your point?
He's so horrible, he's so abusive, she texted last week. So you're not staying away. Also, take note of what she just said. I texted last week. Not him texting her, she texted him. So the question becomes, if he's so abusive and so hurtful, why haven't you blocked him on your phone? That's what normal people would do with a hurtful person. You block their number. You stop the calls and the texts from coming in. But she wants that open line of communication, so she's not going to put an end to it.
No, I don't want advice. Have I ever asked for advice? No. If I want advice, I'll ask for it. In the meantime, I come on here and I talk about my life. If you don't want to be here, don't. Because you obviously have a lot of problems, so you can move on. Responsibility for what? What do I need to take responsibility for? What responsibility would you like me to take? You want me to call Natter and tell him to stop abusing people? Is that what you want me to do? This is embarrassing. You deserve all the and more. Exactly. There you go. This is the exact attitude. You're just proving me right. You're just proving me right. Victim shaming. Thank you.
I also want to bring up something that she said when people confronted her about the allegations about abuse. You know what she said? She said, and I quote, "I exaggerated the claims." That happened. I exaggerated the claims. Again, is this a real victim or someone pretending to be one because they want attention and want people's money? If you're a real victim, you don't have to exaggerate anything. The truth is all you need. But when you're a liar, making up stories for YouTube to get attention, to get views, to get money, you exaggerate things. At least in her case. Her whole life is about exaggeration and lies. There's no reality to her life. It's all just a web of lies that she wraps around herself and she wraps around other people. And then she wonders why they get mad when they get confused about what is the truth and what is a lie. Guess what, Beezers? It's all a lie.
Chef's kiss. That's all I needed. Thank you. No, you're trying to manipulate my audience. FFG's trying to manipulate her audience and my audience. You're all saying that's not even true. And even if it is, who cares? I'm not a bad person for loving Natter. I'm not a bad person for him having a YouTube channel. And it's not my fault. Bye. Let's get drunk. I encourage people to go watch his cooking before he was outed as. Anything else you'd like to bring up that's stupid and irrelevant? Because, hey, we're on a roll. Where do I want to travel next? Well, that will depend. Right now, I want to move to Montreal.
And why did she want to move there? Because that's where he was. He used to live in Gatineau, in a crack house in Gatineau. And look at that look. Look at that, look at those eyes. Look at that look. The side eye and the smirk, the duper's delight smirk. I want to move to Montreal. Why? Because that's where Dee Dee was located. That's where her condo was located. She wants to be close to him. She always wants to be close to him.
Reaction channels encourage viewers more by actually platforming the content on their channel. Hypocrites. They actually cover him a lot more than me. And they talk a lot more about other stuff. I was editing his cooking pretty much and outing his bullshit. Tell them, girl, y'all are so dense it hurts. Painful. And has that mentality just like all these other morons. It's really sad. Can't wait to out it. Gary Unfiltered. You're responsible for Natter having a platform. Monty, Sarah, Watery Jane. You're all responsible. I believed him in everything. Another classic thing that women go through. What can I say? I refuse to feel bad about any of it. Being a white knight for May.
Shut up, Chantal. And can I ask the question, anybody out there, if you've ever been near someone that was physically hurtful, or there's a potential they could be physically hurtful, would you want to go to their house? Would you want to be in a house with someone who was potentially physically hurtful or could get that way? Would you feel safe going to someone's house, spending time with them, filming their videos, editing their videos, making their thumbnails? I know I wouldn't. I mean, when it comes to hurtful people, you want to stay as far away from them as possible in every way. But yet, her as a victim, she felt entirely comfortable to go to his house and be in an enclosed space with this man. and then later on sneak off to motel and hotel rooms and also spend personal time in his company, and she had no fear, none whatsoever.
Downplaying my get out of here, you dumbass hypocrite. I'm gonna live a wonderful life and you're gonna watch all of it. Spending hours obsessing about my life for free. You know it. Chantel's grown a lot. She's acknowledged what she went through. Let her get over this rather than bring her down. No, instead of doing that, they want to be like, oh, she saw him. She saw him. They don't care at all about anything other than their own mindless entertainment. Oh, yeah, I'm a predator, right? You guys are so stupid. We need to invent a word for these specific people. They say you see him to get views. I see him to get views. If I saw him to get views, wait, what? Wouldn't he need to be viewed to get views off it? People are so dumb. Oh my god. One cannot be successful without getting their shit together. That's not true. I can't help worrying about you. I know. Who cares, Jave Cornwall? That's your perception of me. You see me as a bald drug addict. I don't see myself that way. Living in squalor. So what? It's just trash. I can just put it all in the trash can. Yay. Oh, I don't care. So what if I'm bald? You're not going to bring me down to where you want me to be. It's not going to happen. Welcome to the Hotel California. What are you talking about? I look better than I did last year. I'm way smaller. I mean, I've lost at least 60 pounds. See what I...
Why don't you tell people how you lost that weight? It's because you were on the nose candy. You did lose weight. You lost about 50 or 60 pounds because you were doing a lot of the nose candy. That is how you lost the weight. And then you gained it all back and then some.
mean? These people are wrong. Gorlick is not skinny either. He's a fat, friggin' bearded man. I will never snap out of it. What would snapping out of it be? I wanted to get to a place where
Shut up. And also, I feel another reason why you were on the nose candy is because Natter wanted you to be smaller. And you were trying to be smaller. So you're looking for ways to be smaller. You tried the Ozempic. You didn't like it. It made your tummy upset. You couldn't do the bee eating while you were on it. So you got the nose candy. It gave you energy. You could be up all night, 8, 10, 12 hours a day doing the crazy live streams. You know, like you were just go, 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 go on that stuff. The downside of it, though, was the next day you crashed and you would just be rude and nasty like you are right now.
I'm more healthy and sustainable, all that shit, good future. Sanctimonious ass wipes. I don't live my life like that. I just don't care. Why didn't I follow up with BBJ like Bet said? Oh, shut up. Create channel. Like, he barely needed any help. If you want to say that I helped him create his channel in the very technical sense, sure, I set him up with the cushiness of it all, not knowing what the fuck he was doing behind my back. So, nitpicking about everything. BBJ and Sam are well looked after, yes. I gotta clean the kitchen now. If you look at the progression of everything, I met him, I talked about him from the beginning, nothing shady. I was very open and honest right from the beginning, everything that happened, right to the drug use, everything. I didn't know how he was, I didn't know who he was. Over time, I know like little things, I fell in love with him really bad. I became bonded to him really bad. I was there pretty much every day almost. And as you look, our relationship dying out, we come online, out everything, blah, blah, blah. And now he has content significantly different because I'm not with him anymore. I filmed, edited, financed his cooking videos before he was to me. What don't you get about that? No, you move on. You're wrong. Plain and simple. Anyone who says otherwise is wrong and dumb. There's no other way to say it. No, I didn't within the first few weeks. So what? Even if he hit me and I helped him make a YouTube channel, I'm still not responsible for his actions, especially actions I didn't know he was committing. So every time you accuse me of that, I'm going to correct you. So no, because no, I didn't. No, find the date of the first time I talked about it. Let's see what it was. And even then, even if he hit me and I then forgave him for it, I was in a relationship and I helped him make a channel to do his cooking videos, not to victimize people, which he didn't even do. What are you talking about? He victimized Jennifer Corvina? What are you talking about? I made May come to Canada? Is that what you're saying? I made her come to Canada to meet him?
Okay, like for those that are not aware, there was a very unfortunate, unsettling incident revolving around Natter and a woman by the name of May. And I don't know how to say it politely. He assaulted her. And that's an ongoing thing, to my knowledge. There's a legal case because of what he did to her. It was awful. And justice for May. But yeah, that happened.
I made him meet her? No. Again, you're wrong. Every which way you shape it, you're wrong. Plain and simple. Keep trying. You told women to call live. No, I didn't. Nope. I told people to call in. You guys, not women. And again, what? Did I know what he was like? You know what? If you think I'm doing a crime, go have me arrested for it then. Go to the police. Tell them there was a person who was in a relationship with a man and at one time helped him make a YouTube channel for his cooking until he was outed as being a and doing all these things, blah, blah, blah. What do you think they're going to tell you? That you're stupid, because you are, all of you. You're saying nothing. That's why. You're not saying anything. I defended him with May because I didn't believe he did it. Because at the time, the timeline didn't make sense to me.
And she lied for Natter to protect Natter. Just want to throw that in too.
Thank you. So, where have I said call in for sexual reasons? And where, at the time, can you prove that I was aware anything was going on with him? Again, I'll wait. I'm not giving you...
I'm going to jump ahead a little bit because I don't want anybody to really get triggered by her talking about the incident in question.
Reason? What's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? Are you kidding? That's all that these people do, including you, is pick apart my life and semantics. I get sick of seeing you be mean to people. Who am I mean to?
She was mean all the time. She was a mean biatch. All the time. Arrogant, making money, didn't care. Treating her members like crap. If they went against her or she thought they would go against her, she would humiliate them, not just publicly on her channel, but also in her community posts.
Never come for people. My channel is just beezing. Who's everybody? Who's everybody? Name one person I'm mean to who doesn't deserve it. My own beezers who, again, who are rude. I do have a bad attitude sometimes. I was going through a lot of and I get a lot of from people. People were being hateful as fuck in my chat sometimes. Just because you pay $4.99 does not entitle you to be a fucking asshole. The amount of times I've had a bad attitude for having 6,000 pages of people talking about me every day, people stream sniping me to pick apart every little thing in my life, I'm pretty sure that's nothing. It pales in comparison. The chat was right about Natter. You're right about some things, but some things no. You're not. Fucking get over it. You're not right. And people don't like that. I'm not a human being. I'm a good person with a big heart, and I'm not
You're just lying to yourself right there.
Not a bad person just because I loved Natter, and just because I believed him, and because I wanted good for him, and because I wanted his channel to do good doesn't make me a bad person. No, it doesn't. It's very, very, very emotionally distressing trying to hurt him or try to take him down. She doesn't owe you The only responsibility I have is to take care of myself. I don't have any responsibility. I don't owe anybody anything. Who cares if he was introduced to the world? I introduced him to the world by talking about my experience with him because I have a YouTube channel, so I have that right. I'm allowed to talk about people. Is the first person to talk about what Hitler did? Was he responsible for what Hitler did? I owe the Canadian government. That's not your problem. And even if he does spread around and there's nothing that's done about it, again, it's still not my fault. You're wrong. You're all going after the wrong person. You think just because I started talking about him and helped him click create channel, now that I have all this responsibility to try to take him out when I don't want to do that. You have the thickest skull. Do you not understand basic human psychology? You can speak out against him like others have. What do you think I did for a whole year? Why do you think he doesn't?
No, you didn't do it for a whole year. You kept bowing back and forth. 1 minute you're mad, you were screaming at him, and the next you were defending him and the fact that you were still seeing him. You're playing both sides of the fence, hopping from one side to the other so fast that nobody had time for whiplash. The necks hurt a lot from whipping around so much. We all needed neck braces during Crackhead Olympics because the whiplash was incredible. But you weren't going after him for an entire year. You would act like you were going against him, but then you'd say, yeah, I still see him, I still love him, blah, blah, blah.
Me because I talk about him and I don't lie. If I really wanted to be with him, I could come on here. You know, it was just bullshit. Nothing ever happened. He was never to me. I love him, blah, blah, blah. You don't think I would be working really hard right now? So you're an idiot. His channel has only brought more women to his... No.
See, this is a cycle between Chantal and Natter. Chantal's a brat. She's an overgrown brat. A brat who likes to test the boundaries of people. She's always testing boundaries, always testing people. So Natter didn't want anything to do with YouTube. He really didn't. And she kind of pulled him onto YouTube. There's a clip, I think I have it, where she purposely showed his name on her phone. She wanted everybody to know his name. Within seconds of him showing her his name, Kiwi farmers knew who he was. It was just that fast. But she wanted people to know who he was because she was basically trying to pull and pressure him onto YouTube where she wanted him to be, to integrate into his life, to be a part of his life. She did not want him to be anonymous. She wanted him to be front and center where she can claim ownership. This is my man. This is what he looks like. This is his name. We're doing a channel together, and all you other ladies can just step off. She didn't want the possibility of him doing anything privately behind the scenes. She wants to be able to say, this is my trophy. I paid for it. It's mine. So she brought him onto YouTube. She introduced him to YouTube. And the joke's on her because she introduced him to YouTube for the sake of ownership. And what happened? Because of that, he got together with Dee Dee. Dee Dee would not have known about Natter, wouldn't have gotten in contact with Natter had it not been for Chantal bringing Natter onto YouTube. Because she chose to do that, everything played out the way that it did.
Those women contact him on their own. They don't go through me. He would find a way to make his own. Actually, he had Facebook Messenger before he knew me. Oh my god. Who've I come for? We're still waiting. It's always the loudest ones who know the least. Just be careful who you introduce to the internet, as if you have any idea that down the line they may potentially meet someone on their platform and potentially do something, or women may potentially send their tit pics. Oh, like, nothing makes sense. People want me to go hard at him right now. They want me to feel a way I don't feel. No, I'm not raging at people. I'm just pointing out the dumbness of some of these contents. Like, dumbness, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but I'm not doing enough. I don't want to. I'm done. I'm good with what I'm doing right now. This is not scripted. I'm dealing with life as it comes, man. And now people are gonna go and look for things I said, blah, 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 to use against me. Okay, so, fine. So, blame me for, go ahead. Blame me for all of his ways. Go for it. Do it. I don't care anymore.
Okay, you know what? We're just got a few minutes left on this one. So how about we just get out of here and go to another one? Let me see what other ones I haven't reviewed yet. I don't want to, I got a few to go over. Let me see. Got that one. I think we have this one. How much of this one? It's not long. We'll include this one too. Again, this is courtesy of the channel. Let me see. I'm flipping between. We got from Hot Wasabi. We'll include one more, and then we'll call it a day. And there she is in all of her glory. We're all jealous of her. Yes, we are. So go ahead, Chantal.
I didn't make up a whole bunch of like he did. He won't ever lie for me. Yeah, not exactly. I bet you Dee Dee shows back up there like in a couple of hours. Because you're stupid, Dee Dee, and you're desperate, and you're a loser. You're a liar, too, and that's been proven. You're okay with looking like a liar? You're okay with that. Chantal's lying. She just drove by. You know what? I'm not going to feel sorry for you if people find.
Yeah, and that was something that happened. Chantal was so obsessed with Natter that she would basically drive by their house. Imagine being obsessive over someone that you claimed hurt you. But that's what she did. She would basically do drive-bys of his house.
I know who you are. I'm not going to feel sorry for you. Because you deserve it because you're a liar. I don't make Pete's lie for me at all. I'll tell him if people ask where I am, don't say. Because it's no. If I don't want people to know where I am, I have that Cardi steal. Yeah, she is. Did you see the screenshots I put on my community post of her completely lying? I don't lie for him and make up things. She's super classy and tasteful. Excuse me? Thanks for trying to make me mad, but it's not gonna work. I can't even be jealous of Dee Dee. I'm sorry. Miss Bath and Body Works. Anyway, yeah, I did buy the groceries.
Yeah, Chantal was twisted. She looked at Natter choosing to be with Dee Dee. Her version of things was, he's doing it just to make me jealous. Rather than, he's just spending time with Dee Dee because he wants to spend time with Dee Dee. That is who he's choosing to be with, and his choice just wasn't Chantal. But she didn't just take the hint and go. That the man that she's focused on does not want her. He wants someone else. And she's like, oh, like he still cares about me. He's just doing it to make me jealous. No, he doesn't want to be with you.
How does she have all this time? I know. She'll literally answer the phone. He called her today while I was there, and she's on a meeting at work. Oh, I'm on a meeting at work, but my camera and microphone are off. Okay, they're working hard, asshole. And she just sits there and laughs at everything this guy says, and he says disgusting things right in front of her too. But you're just friends. Yeah, right. What was the lube out then? Huh? What did you do with the lube? Oh my god, I'm never talking to these losers again. I swear to god. People think not saying something is lying. I can't win. That's the thing. If I want privacy one day, it's like I can't, because then I'm lying. But anyway, if I have a change in routine, people know. So you should know when I wasn't live streaming last night that I was at Natter's, sleeping, actually snoring beside him, and Dee Dee flat out lying. He took the truck with his friend. You look like the worst simp on this planet. Even worse than me. Even worse than me. Yes. But go over again this week, you desperate loser, and eat all the groceries I just bought. As the last desperate loser to ever buy you any groceries ever again, by the way. I hope Dee Dee helps you with everything you needed. Yeah, all you had to do was not lie. and fucking treat me like a human being, because that's what I deserve after everything I put up with you, after everything I've did for you. And I'm gonna rub it in. Yeah, I will. It's my channel. I'll complain about whatever the fuck I want to complain about. What is it? I don't know. People don't get that. He doesn't care about me, exactly. So you know what? Then I don't know what the fuck he expects. He actually has some nerve expecting, like, she came here to apologize. Like, treat me like when you're cooking the food I bought and you're using my stand, and you're gonna sit there and insult the one person who really is there for you and has your back. You're a loser. You. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. Oh my god. I can't believe.
The level of non-self-awareness here is astounding. That she just doesn't get it. You could pay for a million things for a person. It doesn't mean that they're gonna give you love.
Believe this. Treating Dee Dee better? Dee Dee, yeah, because she'll eat you the shit that comes out of your ass without a doubt. And I don't do that. I don't unconditionally, ugh. He probably treats her and degrades her just like he treats me, but she puts up with it, so he's nice to her. If you go against him, then you're his enemy. Don't be my enemy. Why? Because I'm not putting up for your fucking Is he alive right now? The bottle of lube was not, oh, I swear to
And another thing that just totally escaped awareness here. Every time she acted unhinged, every time she showed her extreme level of inner ugly and crazy, he took note. I mean, how could you not? When you're around someone that there are repeated incidents of jealousy, insecurity, possessiveness, control, manipulation, the threats, the blackmail, going to the cops, threatening to go to the cops, threatening to go to the probation officer. How could you not take note of all of that? She wanted to be with Nader, but she gave him every reason in the world for him to say no. Like, how can any person dealing with any of that say to themselves, yeah, that's the person I want to be with. I feel safe with them. When that person shows they are completely unsafe and unstable, and they will go to extreme lengths for vengeance and wrath. How could you feel safe around someone like that, that at any time, if you tick them off, they might have you thrown in jail, or they'll make threats, or they'll go to the YouTube channel as punishment for not giving them what they want? You know, and any person out there would say, nah, I'm not living with somebody like that. That's nope. So she was doing toxic things for control. And her and Nader were going back and forth and playing toxic tug of war with one another. And yet she just didn't get it. That all that toxic behavior, that was just ensuring that he would never be with her. Because Nader, he's a scammer. He's a liar. He's a manipulator. But usually the way it goes, scammers like security to a certain degree. They do. They like security. They like stability. And Dee Dee was much more stable than Chantal, had a much more stable home, wasn't as toxic, and being at Dee Dee's condo gave him a safe place to land. If he and Chantal had moved in together at any point, that would not have lasted long. That would have blown up immediately. Guarantee you it would have. So he smartly chose to stay where there was stability versus go for the unstable, because you can't count on unstable.
Oh my god. What, you gave her a massage? You're such an asshole if you did that. You're such an asshole. Oh my god, you don't care about me at all. All you care about is yourself. That really hurts, guys. I swear. That hurts more than anything, is him not caring about me at all. If you did, you would admit you lied. You would take ownership. And you would apologize to me. And you would own up to what you did with stupid Chris Farley, ugly bitch Dee Dee. I hate them both. Yeah, they were laughing at me. Well, that's good. Let's see. Dee Dee. Choo choo. Dee Dee and Choo Choo, you sick pigs. Go have a threesome together. This is really good, Nader. She's insane. She's lost her mind. Yeah, you would be too if you had to deal with this shit every day. Anyways, I'm not talking about him, but I hate Dee Dee, so let's talk about Dee Dee. Do Dee Dee impressions again. I really don't know why you're attacking me. I really don't know why you attacked me. You don't want to know why I attacked you? Really? Any woman here would be okay with this Dee Dee sleeping in I don't care if Look, I don't care if he comes on and tells you all he's not my man. Behind the scenes, he's a very different man, okay? Very different. So yes. He was telling me one thing. And how do you feel like he's using you as a punishment for me? Like, oh my god, you guys are so like... I'm not wasting my breath. Okay, let's just hang out tonight because I'm really depressed now. He makes my toes curl in the worst. Like, I'm gonna be mad at Dee Dee. She's a bitch. She just lied. Did you see the lies? That tuna was definitely overcooked. But I'm not gonna ever diss on his food. He's just so unappreciative and just like thinks I'm the enemy just because I won't lie for him or just because I won't compromise my morals. And somebody who is toxic to you will try to strip you of your morals, isolate you, just treat you like why? How can you do that to somebody like who I've shown you nothing but love just because I talk about you online? Because I'm not going to put up with your shit. You know, that's what Dee Dee does. Probably the difference is she licks his ass and, yeah, sure, Natter. I'll make your fritters or in your sausage. So I'm not going to put up with everything you do.
Does anybody doubt that she's halfway insane?
Fucking, my head exploded. No, I'm not done with the Dee Dee impressions. I'm not done. This egghead is not done. You chucking luckin', okay? You chucking luckin'. That's right. She's crazy. She's gonna drive me crazy. I did not lie for him. What do you mean I lied for him? Why don't you secretly record him saying crappy stuff? I think I have some. No, I don't want to secretly record him. I'm not dirty like that. But you know what? I don't trust him. He's really being dirty right now. He's really being a liar. And it makes me gross out. And just the way he was acting too, really rude with me. Like, no, he swore he didn't around with Dee Dee. But I seen the lube. It was there from last time. No, it wasn't. We don't need lube. But what, Dee Dee? Like, why? Like, you need lube or something? Yeah, it's, you know what? I used all your personnel Jonka 2 brand wipes, too, because you had no toilet paper. So, when you go back over there, you're gonna have stinky poos because I used all of your wipes. So, bring another pack. No! And Dee Dee, screw you, I'm blocking you. No, I'm not gonna block you. What have you got to say? You lied. You flat out lied. I posted proof. Why are you inserting yourself? Enough of what? Why don't you mind your effing business? Mind your business.
And isn't that something? So a message just flashed across the screen. Dee Dee's coming into Chantal's channel. Big question that floats up in my mind right now is, if you hate Natter and if you hate Dee Dee, why aren't they blocked off your channel? So again, there's more proof that it was all bullshit. It was. This hatred, I hate you so much, a lot of it was just made up drama. And her stories about he hurt me so much, that was made up too. Had to be made up. Because when you block people off your channel, yeah, you would. But they weren't blocked. Why weren't they blocked? Why wasn't Natter blocked off her channel? How is she able to still talk to him? It looks kind of weird, doesn't it?
It is the real Dee Dee. What did you do with Natter? Just come out and be honest about it. Why don't you go spend the week and sleep in his bed and console him if you're so concerned? Ugh, this is making me sick. You both lied. Big time. Making me, trying to make me look fucking stupid. That's the thing. Stop talking about me. Mind your business too. Stop. Why don't you mind your business, Dee Dee, and get a life?
Like, all of this was done on YouTube for views and drama and money. They were all in it together. They were all in cahoots. But Chantal was still jealous of Dee Dee, despite the fact that they were in cahoots, and they're still in cahoots.
Okay, and I'll talk about you however long I want to. Okay, so get a lawyer and tell them, you know what? We're going to come up with a nickname for you, and you're not going to know what it is. And I'm going to talk about whatever I want to. How about that? Quit lying. Doo-doo. Mind my business? It is my business. Everything you ate all week at his house while he's bashing me, I paid for. So
there we go. Look at all that I've done for you, and I paid for this, and I paid for that, and I buy those pots and pans that he's cooking out of, and I bought those clothes, and I paid that rent, and I bought the iPhone, and I bought the iPad, and I'm paying for the internet, and I'm paying for the phone service, and I'm the one paying for Farm Boy and Adonis. That's when the narc starts going back in their head about everything they did for you, and it all comes out. And every single good deed is a weapon in their hand now to beat you over the head with.
So it's my business because he is being a manipulator and you lied for him. Explain the lube. Yeah, let's hear it, Dee Dee. You flat out lied. Go look at my community post. And in my GPS it says your address in Lachine. I'm not going to dox you because I'm not an asshole like you. Flat out lies. Saying that I didn't pick him up from Montreal, that a friend drove him? Really? After I proved it? You look like a asshole, which you are. A giant Justin Bieber looking asshole, bitch. So get out of my chat before I block you. And I'll stop talking about you when I feel like it. How about that, Dee Dee Doo-Doo? I don't owe you all. I don't owe you.
See, any other sane adult, if somebody had come into their chat that they don't want to talk to. You want to know how you end that conversation? Block. So she had no problem blocking her beezers when they ticked her off. But here's Dee Dee on her channel, not blocking her. Why not? Why aren't you blocking Dee Dee so you don't have to talk to her? Why not?
It's not my fault. Your friend is a liar, and so are you. Who do you think you are? You had balls coming in my chat asking me to pick him up, and now you have bigger balls to come in here and give me shit for anything. The fuck, you sleeping?
And again, why aren't you blocking her? You hate her so much, and yet you didn't block her. Just like you hated Dee Dee, and you had a problem with Natter, and he was hurtful, and he was abusive, and yet you had a threesome with them? Huh? What? How could you do the most intimate of things with two people that you claim to be your enemies? I could never. How did you accomplish it? Why would you even think about it? Why would you drive over to their house and let it happen? Twice. It boggles the mind. I don't see how anybody could have intimate relations with their enemies unless those people aren't your enemies. That would make more sense. And it's all just BS.
In his bed and you have the nerve to say anything? Kiss my fat cellulitic ass. Kiss it, both of you, with tongue. You both disgust me. Why don't you go spend the week? There's a whole chicken defrosting in the sink, stocked up. Nerve of people, Jesus Christ. Then you wonder why I like animals more than people. She threatened me. What are you gonna do? Whip your wipes at me? You idiot. If that was my man, I'd be going off hardcore. Right? No, we're just friends. Neither no, you're just friends. Yeah, okay. Just friends use boobs, right? Free breadsticks. Enough. You come here and say enough. Get the out of here. You're gonna make it worse. You come in here and say anything else and I'll talk about you for another year. Because I have freedom of speech. Ew, oh, bless you. You hear that? Sneezing? Decent person. Doesn't lie. Like you guys lie anyway. Everyone sees what you're really like. Both of you. At least people who are decent know. Seriously. Like, who's more interesting? Me or Dee Dee? You're gonna leave me for Dee Dee? No. Just wanted to...
Okay, you know what? You're making my head tired. Y'all get the gist. Y'all know what's going on here. This is just a taste of how things were. This is just a taste of her rages and her telling on herself and her obsession with Natter. The obsession that never got dealt with, never got treated. So the obsession continues, and it's going to continue in Canada. And it won't take long for us to hear about it because Chantal cannot keep a thought or a feeling to herself. So just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope that you have enjoyed this react. And again, I'll be linking all the videos down below from, let's see, Hot Wasabi, and Queen of WTF. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.